Eons ago, during the age of the Magi, the world was something other. Magic is all that there was and all that was needed. Legend states that a cataclysmic event brought a great frozen age to the world of Lacrin, and soon after, a new era dawned. Though they say the ancient magics of the Magi still lie buried and lost, scattered around the world, lie in wait for those with the courage to wield it to discover. Welcome to the world of Lacrin and the continent of Thelmecia. Noble knights, roaming orcs, mischievous goblins, and idyllic wondrous lands, just waiting to be explored. Now, a new peril aspires to plunge Thelmecia into despair once more, but not before a few unheard-of heroes take their chance at triumph. Welcome to Tablestory, Darkfire.
Live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tablestory's Darkfire. John, shut up, John. I'm sorry, Tiger. Sometimes I just have to shut Tiger up because I know he's about. I know he does this.
Literally, before the stream starts, we're like counting. You know that we're just getting ready. We know the intro's playing, and Tiger's like, "Man, Twitch is so annoying. It won't let me change my title." And Brad just goes, "Shut up, Tiger. I don't care."
I didn't say shut up.
2.
I don't care. It's just that here's the thing. Tiger does this thing that me and my sister coined this term, which I said we coined it.
I want to hear it, Brad. Shut the fuck up.
We coined this term with my mum, which was called snowballing, where she would just begin. She'll just start speaking about something, and she'll just start fucking building up and building up and building up, and she won't shut up for fucking hours. And I could see Tiger beginning to snowball at Twitch. Then he was like, you know what, Twitch.
Oh,
He's
man, that was so good.
About to do one of his rants.
Won't let me post.
You can do it now.
I'm hunting humans in my title. What the fuck's wrong with hunting humans?
Have you seen Logan Paul?
Wait, so what word is it?
He ruined it. No.
Grabbing the combo, hunting humans, or is it banning hunting?
I don't know.
I'm confused now.
Maybe the combo.
It
Wait,
must
what's
be
the
the
full
combo.
title that you wanted? What's the full
I don't
title?
know. I'm trying to change it right now. I deleted it because Twitch doesn't want me to fucking post it. I'm snowballing.
Snowballing. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I'm not going to ruin my own Twitch channel by saying the answer. Instead, I'm just
ruin your
say,
Twitch channel?
Yeah,
Yes.
what?
I'm not going to ruin this one. This one, I mean.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You
That
get
makes
him whack.
I'm not gonna,
That makes more sense.
I'm not going to ruin this one. I don't care about mine.
No
Mine just
humans allowed.
I don't know how mine is still going. Honestly, it's crazy. Welcome to the stream, everybody. That was a little bit of a chaotic intro, wasn't it? But that's probably how it's going to go every week.
I'm trapped in a box, so what else am I supposed to do?
Trapped in a box, drift in a box. You need to come up with a song. Who's the most musically talented? John,
Yeah,
Tiger?
we need your best emote combos for Drift in a Box, guys.
Oh,
Drift in a
shit. Okay.
box.
I'm
What?
here
Best
for
Drift
this.
in
emote
a box.
combos.
Do I
I'm here
have a
for this.
box emote?
Yeah. I
Let's-
do.
You have a box emote?
I do. Hang on.
Just do
Just this.
just do
Or
Oh.
this.
If you're watching the
Tiger.
VOD, I apologize now. There is
Sorry.
nothing for you to enjoy. If you're watching the YouTube VOD, at least. Welcome to Tablestory Darkfire. We have Tiger Writer. He's back, everyone. I don't have to roleplay his character again. I don't know if you saw any of it, Tiger, but this is all I did all week. Every time they interacted with you. And that was it. That's all you said for like a whole episode. You did impersonate a statue with natural 20 performance skills. It was quite impressive.
Natural 20 to all those guys that almost killed me last week.
You
2 weeks ago.
You could technically have done the thing where you take it as a proficiency and have a memory back, but I was like, that feels like I'm role-playing your character too hard. So you did get
Wait, what was it in?
performance. Performance as a statue.
Can I have it?
You crushed it, man. It was actually impressive.
You can't have it unless you roll another performance. This is
If I roll a 20 right now?
Listen, there were 2 punishments for not showing up last week. One was that you didn't get to claim the proficiency in performance.
Wait, you said you're punishing me for not being here last week? Is that what you
this
said?
is just one of them because you weren't here. You didn't get to get that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't get it because you.
What was the second one?
The second one is he almost fucking died. Fucking horrific.
Which he would have been. I think Tiger would have left the show.
Room,
I'm not even kidding.
I would have been done with the show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would have been done with the show. If I wasn't here and my character died, I would have been done.
Dragged him
from
out
like him not playing.
room.
Next show. Next show. Please, next show.
Well, no, you're alive. Luckily, you made it. The whole group made it. Last week's episode.
I crit the medicine check.
Correct. Yeah, actually, yeah. So Iridir actually knows a lot about you, kind of. In as much as he's
all about your insides.
he pretty much knows everything that there is to know about the warforged creatures. Creatures? Yeah, creatures. Race. Anyway. Shut up.
It was fun. It was a good episode.
Shut up, Tiger. No snowballing. You hear me?
I didn't fucking say anything.
Don't take that tone with me.
Don't take that tone with me.
Oh my.
Mom, Dad, come on, we're on stream.
All right, let's go have hate sex.
I love Tiger, really, for the record, everyone.
And I also hate Brad. Really.
I hate everyone else on the cast, but Tiger is the more horrible I am to you, the more I love you, which is why I just tell Tiger to shut up. You fucking
I've learned that in the last year.
You goddamn bum. So, a few of us are a little bit sick. Who's sick? Raise your left hand. Tiger, don't lie to me. I know you're sick. I can tell. I can see it.
What?
How could you tell?
What does that even
I
mean?
can see it.
You
in
mean
your
you know
eyes.
because I told you I was sick?
Yeah, before the stream.
I can see it. I see it in your eyes. I see it.
Listen, it's the size of the nose that tells you.
This is the first time I ever got back from a convention and did not get sick yet. I am
Hasn't it
on
been like
cloud
one day
nine.
though?
Hey, baby.
Or would you
Been
normally be sick by now?
2. No, I got back
Maybe I've
Sunday.
got You baby.
It's been 3.
Baby
Go.
fortified your immune system.
I went outside briefly, and I am now sick because of it, and it's terrible.
I went outdoors.
The bee stung me. So there, right.
Because
I
I've
just went
been eating
outside.
edelberries, man. Those edelberries just keep me alive.
All right, there we go. So,
Edelberries, I instantly think edibles. Like I don't think what you're eating.
do
Think
you
what
mind?
you want to think.
Do you mind? Okay, none of this talk. Okay, you goddamn.
YouTube doesn't care about
Did
this
anybody
stuff.
tweet this
I
out?
don't know.
Anybody?
Yep.
I did.
Retweeted.
No one.
Retweeted.
If you
Brad's
retweet
dumb
this
tweet.
in the chat, if you retweet anyone's tweet about Darkfire, you win absolutely nothing. But we appreciate
Oh,
you.
I thought you were gonna play a fun game.
We
got it.
appreciate you. No, I think they get enough, frankly, for free. You know, they get this quality, beautiful, attractive cast. And that is basically the best prize you could ever ask for. This is going to be the worst session I can
So
feel.
sarcastic right now.
Feeling
All right.
attacked and also awkward.
Let's begin. Last time.
That's how you know you're playing a game with Brad.
I'm so sorry. I
What,
can't help
feeling
it.
attacked and also
Just
awkward at the same time.
My accent doesn't help, and my tone of voice, my monotone drawl. I can't.
There's no excuse for you, Brad. Just
There's no excuse.
Can we just fucking get this show
Shut
started,
up!
please? For the love of God.
You're snowballing so much, Brad.
I was
Hey,
actually,
yeah,
for
wait a second.
for a bit there. I was actually buying time because I couldn't open my notes up, and it was just Google Drive was screwing me. And now, I've got it open, so I want to start again. So, welcome to this episode. What one is this? Is this 5? God damn, we're in month 2.
Can I say one more thing
I
before
think
we
it's
start?
4.
Oh my.
Just about Twitch. Just about Twitch, real quick.
No, it's about you actually. You kind of remind me right now with your hair. You have the hair of the singer from the Goo Goo Dolls back in like the early like.
Oh
90s.
my God, yes. You do
see
look
it?
like him, yeah.
Baby's black balloon.
Can you play slide?
It's like
for
my
us?
Lyft driver home, actually.
Sweet.
Literally.
Just came across. Do you not know who Goo Goo Dolls is?
Would you? I know who Google's does. Tiger.
No, he does.
Goo Goo's Dada.
Goo Goo Dada.
I know who Goo Goo's Dada is.
I know who Goo Goo's Dada
Love
is.
Goo Goo's Dada,
Okay.
German band.
What do you think my first words were? Goo Goo's Dada.
They were. Listen. The best Rammstein cover band. Google's Dada. Yeah.
Du hast mich.
I would love to hear Goo Goo Dolls cover Rammstein.
Do you guys mind? I'm trying to run a D&D
Sorry.
session here. We'll
Sorry.
have...
You're
Sorry,
snowballing.
Oh, you can snowball, but we can't snowball.
Yes! You have no power here. Last time, which was chapter 4 of Tablestory's Darkfire, the group still didn't leave the big room. They acquired the 4 keys, silver-looking keys, and they found 6 boxes, and they were like, hell yeah, I'm gonna open these boxes. They investigated them, and they attempted to look at the boxes. They didn't really find that there was any particular differences. You okay? You okay, dog? Can you hear that? Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
can you stop?
He's got an itch. Let him itch.
What are you doing? Destroying the carpet. You open the boxes. Inside each of the boxes, you found a single gift. Now I can't remember who got what. Who got the strawberry milkshake?
I got it for Tiger.
Drift, and he gave it to 19. So I think 19, you have a strawberry.
No,
milkshake.
I didn't give it to him yet.
You took it back. You just.
Oh,
took his gift?
I just never gave it to him. I was waiting until he was
All right.
actually.
He
Can't
doesn't.
drink a strawberry ice cream.
That's what we said.
It's a long story. I'm an idiot.
I'm sorry.
Somebody got a brass harp that casts sleep the first time it's played. Who was that? Who got the harp?
That was Eero.
Here,
Oh,
well,
that was
I
technically.
gave it to Ren. I gave it to
Yeah.
Ren.
and you gave it to Rin. Somebody got a theatrical mask that cast disguise self on them.
That was Eero, but I stole it because I'm a child.
And you put it on immediately, and
I put it on
cast
and turned into a
disguise self and turned
flamethrower.
into your flame on version of yourself. And somebody else got a very large strawberry that cast tongues on them once they
Yeah.
ate it.
Strawberry.
In a weird.
I got that and gave it to Eero.
You know-
I just stole everything.
You guys then left the first chamber, the sanctum, where you encountered the sort of fiery elemental type thing, Hasmal, and immediately ran into 3 strange newt-like creatures, these sort of fire newts that had a little sword and shield. And they're kind of like, they seemed a little floaty and a little drifty, and they had a milky expression to their eyes, but they attacked you pretty quickly. You attempted to communicate with them but couldn't. You ended up fighting with them for a little while. One of them, I think, knocked out 19. Nobody else got knocked out, right? There was just 1 KO in there.
Yeah.
Mostly due to the fact that 19 has a newfound vulnerability to fire, which he found out the hard way by being hit by like a globule of fire
Dude.
mucus.
He
It
burned up.
him, it hurt him a lot, and then eventually another one jumped on him and stabbed him while he was desperately trying to fend them off. Then, luckily, a strawberry that cast tongues on it was able to give Iridir the ability to speak Ignan.
You can't make that up. Like how that happened
That
was
was-
so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite like
It
things.
was
in
it was
D&D
one of those
ever.
things where like I think you guys maybe were expecting it to do something like cast sleep again, or maybe heal each of you or something like that, but it gave you the ability to speak their language briefly for an hour. And in doing so, you were able to stop them, convince them that you were working for
Only an hour? Oh no.
Yeah.
working for and with them for Hasmal, and then they said they would guard you while you went and rested in the other room. You guys went back into the chamber. You still haven't left the chamber, and everybody found an area that they could sleep. Iridir managed to stabilize 19 by sort of just discovering, remembering something to do with the Warforged people and how they work, and he was able to fix a couple of things and keep him alive while he rested. So in terms of where you are at, Tiger, 19, I think you're at 1 HP stable. for now. And you guys have been asleep for a little under an hour. However, of course, once you guys decided to sleep in one of these rooms, Drift thought it would be a good idea to jump into one of the open boxes that the sort of treasure chest.
Can you give him a little bit of
the treasure chest like boxes?
It was cooler because it had a strawberry in it. It was like a little fridge.
Listen, think about this real quick. Think about this. Everybody has to be with me on this. Think this is real life for a minute, all right? Say, for example, you're working at, like there's somewhere that's got a big walk-in freezer. And you just decide, you know what? I'm a little tired. I'm going to take a nap in this, like, 25.
In the same scenario, Tiger. You weren't there.
Cold in there.
It was cooler than the outside air of the heat. The heat is bad. Think of this, Tiger. We're like by the sun and it's really hot constantly and we're burning up and you want to get a little cooler. And there's like a little mini fridge. You scared of a mini fridge? Mini fridge can't kill you.
No,
if I die, I died by a fucking mini fridge.
Famous last words, guys. On the tombstone. Fucking mini fridge can't kill you. Right on the tombstone. Famous last words.
When you told me that shit, when we were sitting in the hotel and he told me that, I was like,
oh, I broke it all down for him. I was so mad. I was drunk too, I think. I was just like upset with myself and like,
So, Drift got into the box and the box closed. You guys were asleep, so I don't think you actually even saw how it closed, honestly. The box closed, and now Drift, you're trapped in a box. And that is
Drift in
where
a box.
Yeah,
we
thank you.
begin today's sesh.
Oh, why music?
Drift, give me a perception check.
I also have dark vision.
Let's just have a roll. Have a good old roll here.
hi, it's good to be back, by the way, everybody.
Nice.
We missed you.
Drift,
Really.
where before there was light, there was a decent amount of light spilling into this room that you were in with the others. There is now darkness. It's just complete darkness. Your dark vision as a tiefling hasn't activated. It's just completely pitch black. You don't have any... you sort of see in black and white, like a grayscale. When your dark vision is activated, it's like an infrared grayscale.
Right.
As far as you can tell, you don't see anything. Normally, you'd be able to see the inside of this box or whatever, something. It's just completely pitch black, which is a sort of probably a little bit of an odd sensation for you. As far as you can tell, though, you are just in this box still. You're still trapped in. It's relatively large, but you're still in the box.
Can I scream?
Yeah.
Help! Help!
Other three, give me perception checks with disadvantage because you're asleep.
How long has it been, by the way?
1 hour.
So, I did.
Running the rest.
I did. Well, I'm curious. I did play the Song of Rest. Are we still able to do the short rest rejuvenation here?
You are. You may do your.
So you can roll hit dice.
You can roll hit dice.
Yes.
May I ask a question as well, Brad?
Yes, sir.
Did we remember when we talked about way back when we first started? We were kind of looking back and forth at the 5e homebrew. I still only need 4 hours for a long rest. Am I correct? But I'm still aware of everything around me.
Yeah, similar to an elf. An elf only needs 4 hours as well. You would be aware as well, yeah. But you came in here unconscious, so I think you're coming out of a. You're not coming out of sleep status. You're coming out of like dying status, which is slightly different for you. You can roll hit die though to try and regain some health. At level 2, you can roll 2 hit die. And add them together, and it's just immediate health, but make sure you mark them off. Next time you do a long rest, you'll be able to get half of your maximum hit die back, so you'll get one of those hit die back. So sometimes it's worth.
Brad, what did you say? 2 hit die?
You can use both hit die if you want. You have 2 because you're level 2 at the moment and you've never used one before, so you have 2.
Did I roll that or no?
You rolled 1.
I did 1.
By the looks
Okay,
of it.
cool.
So I can use 2 as well, is that what you're saying?
If you want to, yeah. So Rin rolled a 1 and then a 7, so that's 8 HP
an
back,
FYI,
as an example.
Just an FYI, my Song of Rest gives you bonus stuff.
And yeah,
Yeah, it's a bonus. So
I'm all the way back up to full, by the way.
Song of Rest is an additional D6 hit points.
Yeah, if you're not at max, you can roll an extra D6.
Oh, I'm just gonna do that then. Cool.
Is that per hit die or per rest?
It just says one. I think it's just once.
Per rest? Okay.
I'm back.
I think it's just
I'm
once
using all of it, whatever.
per rest. Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys rest and recover your HPs to whichever amount. I think everyone's probably somewhere near full after the Song of Rest bonus as well. It's particularly nice at early levels. Give me perception checks to see if you can hear anything. Rin's got a 16.
6 from me.
Iridir's got a 6. 7 from 19. Rin. You hear a very muffled sound. A muffled screeching sound. Sounding like it's coming from within this room, and it probably you probably stir from a slumber, a well-earned slumber, and again you wake up in this uncomfortably hot place. These walls around you are black, the floor red stone, and 3 chests. 19 and Iridir. 19 was kind of like placed against the wall. He remains unconscious in his sort of powered down state, I guess would be a way to put it. And Iridir, I guess, is curled up nearby somehow. Because you all went to sleep. Nobody did a watch, right?
Right.
Memory serves. So, yeah, you wake up and you can hear a muffled noise coming from the central box, which is now closed. As far as you can tell, all of these boxes, the ones that you opened, look exactly the same as they were when you first saw them. Just a fake looking, you now know that it's like a stone chest that looks like it's been formed out of the stone of the ground, and painted almost in a way to look like a treasure chest.
Okay. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to wake Eero up.
Okay.
Eero? Eero! Wake up! Eero! Oh my god, I'm going to slap him. Wake up!
I swear it wasn't her daughter.
Do you hear that?
Do I hear what? Slapping?
Listen!
You'll be able to hear it once you're awake. It's not it doesn't sound like he's super far away. It sounds like he's trapped in a stone box pretty nearby.
It sounds like an angry bat. What is happening?
It's not like it's coming from like miles away or
I think
anything.
Drift is stuck in this box here.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
The magic box closed with Drift inside. Use your eyes and look.
I know what a magic box is. What I'm struggling with right now is trying to empathize with someone that might go to sleep in a box. What?
Well, you saw him get into the box. If you knew this was going to happen, why didn't you warn him?
I would have assumed that it was only temporary, perhaps. Regardless, I try to stand up. I dust myself off, straighten my shirt. Right. I walk over to the box, and I look to inspect if there is a keyhole. Can I see Drift through a keyhole of any kind?
I mean, yeah, it's the same as before. You look at the keyhole and it's just blackness. But since you're so close, you can probably hear Drift relatively clearly now that you're this close. Any sound that's coming out is only really coming through that small keyhole. But looking in, it's just blackness.
You hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we hear you, Drift. What
Guys?
happened? What happened?
The box closed.
Well, okay.
Why did you go to sleep in the box?
You know what? I don't think that's helpful right now.
I don't think that's helpful either. I don't think that's a real help.
Stop shouting.
Okay.
We don't know how the air works inside this box, okay? I don't mean to alarm you, but maybe you should just stay calm and breathe slowly.
I have a full-blown trying to chill out panic attack though, because I just realized that I might lose oxygen. I didn't even think about that.
Is this a save of some kind?
It is absolutely.
No, I'm just letting you know I'm not
going
gonna talk for a moment because I.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Stay awake, buddy. Stay awake.
An 11.
Yeah, I mean, it feels a little like someone's standing on your chest, but you're able to breathe, and it seems like you have oxygen for now. But yeah, you're starting to freak out a little bit.
Okay.
You don't feel very good.
Is there anything in the box with you? Is there
let me
another
look.
item?
I'm gonna feel around.
What did
Perhaps
you
a
take in with
skeleton
you?
of another adventurer who decided to sleep in a box.
Stop, man.
I'm gonna punch Eero in the arm.
Yeah.
Stop.
Ow!
Just stop.
What did you take in the box with you? Is your pack in there, or is it downside?
Oh, it's with me. Everything was with me. I was cuddling up with it as like a pillow.
Then you discover your pack and your items. There doesn't seem to be any
Nothing new.
new item in there with you, no.
I have my items and I have this shake. Should I drink it?
Oh. I don't know if that's helpful.
Look at Rin. Well, hold on a moment. I motioned for Rin to like walk away a little bit from the box.
Okay, I follow
All
you.
right. So, we had some difficulty opening these boxes before without keys. We don't have any more keys, right? You don't have any hidden anywhere?
Why are you looking at me like that? No, I don't.
I'm curious, that's all. All right. I'm thinking he may be in a bit of a problem here. Perhaps we can check for more keys? I don't really know any other way we can get him out.
Yeah, I think that's our best bet.
All right. I walk back over to the box. Drift,
Yeah.
don't worry. We are working on a very, very smart plan to assist you. You will be very safe.
Just
And
stay
there
calm.
is practically no reason for you to panic or worry about fear of death. Because don't worry, we are here to help.
Thank you, Eero. I'll just be sitting here,
I just
not breathing too much.
I give Rin like, like a, I give her a wink and I give her a thumbs up. All right, let's look frantically for keys, and I start to walk out of the room. I'm gonna look around the place for more keys.
Okay. Rin, what are you doing?
God. Can I check on 19 before I leave?
Absolutely. 19. As a Warforged, you do not dream, right? Do you,
That we know of yet.
Do you even dream of electric sheep?
Sorry.
The answer is no. In your slumber, in your like comatose state after taking some damage, I think, by the way, your left shoulder area was where you took the scorch, so you might have some like fire damage here. Just as an FYI, I don't know if you want to keep that. You sleep your unconscious version of sleep, where you're just kind of probably unaware of what's going on. It's probably very jarring for you because you are aware when you are asleep and resting of your general surroundings. As Rin approaches, you feel a kind of strange sensation on one side. Previously, when you experienced damage, you felt a sort of version of pain, but it was more of a registering of damage, I think is how we decided it. This feels like pain, like we would experience. It's definitely a different sensation and one that's very new to you, and it hasn't gone away. And as you begin to come up from this sort of deep sleep, that will be one of the first things you notice as you kind of wake up. Rin, as you approach him, his amber eyes, which were previously kind of gone, they reignite and begin to glow with this arcane energy. And before Rin even you get close to him, 19, you hear the footsteps approaching you. You feel this very odd sensation. It's not direct pain anymore, but it is like the same feeling as we would have after a burn. And you would be very aware of it, I think. 19, you wake up. Rin, you see 19 come to.
19, are you okay?
What happened?
You took a big fall there, bud.
I've never experienced this kind of pain, but I have heard of it.
What does it feel like?
I don't know how to describe it.
Is it sharp?
Remember
Searing?
what happened. How did this happen? There's like what would look like a burn, like when you burn that first layer of skin off. It's like right there, but it's like the metal just looks charred.
You don't remember that happening?
I remember waking up. I remember some sort of imps coming
That
after us.
They spit fire, sort of. Fiery saliva, and one of them got you, I think.
He's just looking at it because he's super confused because he's never had this kind of pain before.
Yeah.
Where
Can
is?
I try to aid him or heal him or help him?
In terms of healing, he's fine. He's just sort of
Yeah.
having to come to terms psychologically with a sensation that
Okay.
he doesn't understand. So anything that you want to do to help him really on a mechanical level won't really do much. I
Okay.
think you did a medicine
Okay.
check or a nature check before as well, and you didn't know as
Yeah,
much as
I did.
Hero.
Okay.
Where is Drift?
We think he's stuck in that box over there.
He looks over at the box. Or they look over at the box. My apologies.
We're gonna try to find another key to get him out, but I'm not really sure. I don't know how to get him out.
Can I go over to the box?
Yeah?
Which one do you think he's in?
That one right there, and I'm gonna point to the middle one that he's in.
There's some heavy breathing coming from inside the box.
Drift,
Drift.
slow your breathing.
Drift, can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah, I think so. You sound like you're
Stay calm.
okay.
How did you get in there?
I fell asleep in here.
Why?
It was
What?
cool. It was cool. It was cool.
Hmm.
Nice and cool.
Feeling cool now?
Can I try to see, just because he wants to try, can I try to use whatever you might want me to roll to literally try to open, like find where it's kind of open, like where like the crease is at, and try to open it, like pretty much try as hard as I can to get it.
Yeah, if you have a tool like a crowbar or something, it'll be easier.
Okay.
If you're just trying to do it with your hands,
Could
The
I
fifth element key thing.
could I take my could I take my shield out of my thigh, make it into the point where it's the tower shield, and then see if that would fit where the sharp edges are out of the shield, if that would get in that little crevice?
it's probably too thick. The crevice is going to be a few
Pretty thin.
millimeters, and then as far as you can tell, it comes to a seal anyway.
Why don't Warforged have fingernails?
Why don't Warforged have fingernails? you might be able to get like the edges of your fingers in, but unlike a human who can like wedge in some flesh and pull, you
can't do that. No.
you don't really have.
I try to do that.
I mean, you can, yeah. Give me an athletics
My
check
best shot.
with disadvantage to just try and brute strength lift this thing.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, come on. Don't get me dude. Got 20 fucking 1.
It's
Hey!
Yay.
it's 19 just kind of drift from the inside. You hear a and
Everything okay?
You see, Rin, you see 19 just begin to lift this thing upwards.
Does it give a little? Or-
I would have got that 21. I bet I would have had a better chance. Fudge.
Well, can I assist? If I see that you're trying this, I can try to help.
Could you
but-
brace me like I'm a weightlifter, Brad? She could just like brace my back.
Or I could just also try to help.
Let's see here. So,
Keep calm.
I need to bring this back up. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Me?
19. I'm trying to think whether Drift needs to do this as well.
Got a 7.
I'm guessing no, actually. 7. Okay. Oh, I have my dice back. Yes, I haven't had dice, by the way, for the last 4 weeks of running this, physical dice, apart from 1d20. All right, so. Oof. As you're lifting this thing, some of the runes and glyphs on it kind of light up, especially around the area that your hands are at.
Oh no.
The area where the keyhole is glows that white glow again, and then suddenly turns red. And the lip of the box that you're holding onto suddenly charges and hits you with what I guess you would assume to be lightning. Electricity just suddenly courses through your hands and pushes through your body. You take 6 lightning damage, and you are electrocuted. The shock probably knocks you backwards, just in that kind of like Jurassic Park kid on the fence way, and it just then immediately all of the glyphs and the runes calm down again. They go back to that just inert state. The key hole stops glowing, and that is the end. Drift, you don't.
What
suffer
do
anything.
I see?
wanna-
Did I just hear this? Sorry, Brad.
You hear it for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
You don't.
I wanna-
You don't see anything though.
I want to turn towards Rin.
Are you okay?
Yes, feelings are weird. I have never had these before, like this. How did you get the imps? Did we kill them?
Actually, Iro talked to them in their own language. It was really weird, and I'm not sure that I believe everything that he said happened, but
Can
suddenly
he
they stopped.
still talk to them?
I don't know. I assume so.
Where is
I don't
he?
know why it took him so long to talk to them that way in the first place.
Where is he?
He's out looking for another key.
He just walks away to look for Iro.
Sideswipe to Iro as you leave the room. Give me a perception or an investigation check, and generally tell me where you're looking.
Okay, I'm gonna look in the same place where we got the keys before first.
Okay.
Let's see, which is better? Perception? 10.
Yeah, you just start scanning the area. You make your way back up to the front of this chamber. Again, it probably resembles something like a temple to you guys and to the rest of us. Just this huge chamber, domed roof or ceiling, and these just black walls, and that continues all the way up above you. The light from the pools of fire is pretty much all you have in terms of light, and you scan the room. Again, you've kind of done this before as well. You did this previously, and there really is nothing here. There's no like scattered things. It's very open, very empty, and very kind of odd looking. It does resemble a temple, but it's not right. It seems off to you. The fact that there isn't anything here that would resemble a temple, like, you know, an altar or pews or that kind of thing, or even just boxes of any kind, chairs.
Donation plate.
A donation plate. These things that would be present in almost any room aren't here. And this place does seem new again. Everything is very clean and unmarked and undamaged. So you take a good look around and you head up to that giant, the largest of the pools of lava at the top. You don't see anything. You don't see any like keys laying around. You don't find a hook where there might be a key. You don't notice any like stones that you might be able to press that would reveal a secret doorway to, you know, like a Wizard of Oz dude powering the Hasmal fire. There's nothing, and once you get to the fire, you see that there's no keys floating on the surface as there was before.
Okay. That roll includes the whole place for me looking around. Okay.
Yeah, I figured that you were just kind of scanning around and heading up that way. But you don't find anything. It's strange, it's alien, and it's painfully empty for what looks like a brand new structure.
Yeah, I walk back. I guess if they're walking out, I shake my head. Oh, 19. Good to see you back up and around.
You're muted, BB.
Good.
You're speaking very quietly.
You could speak to the imps.
Am I?
Used to.
Would I be aware, Brad?
I don't see why you wouldn't be, because you understood all languages, and also your tongue was like glowing a strange color. So,
well, that depends. And I stick my tongue out. Is it still bright red?
What is it, Brad?
no, it looks normal.
No.
Your tongue looks like.
Well, then probably not. You see, I ate that strange strawberry.
Yes. Where are the imps?
Well, they were outside. You see, I was able to speak their language after consuming that strawberry. And, well, after I had done so, I convinced them that we were the children of Hasmal, and they seemed to latch on to that, and they liked us. I showed them our bracelets, of course, to reinforce things. But unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to do that again.
Where are they?
Well, they were guarding our chamber to make sure we weren't attacked while we were resting. Of course, now we've run into a new problem.
We should go speak to them.
But we
How do you
can't.
propose we do that? We don't speak their language anymore.
Yes, if I can't speak their language anymore, then
Maybe
well,
we could guide them here and show them the box.
That we can guide them to the
Well-
box.
one thing that I did ask them before we came back in here was if they had any more keys, and they said no.
Do you think
Can I just
they
can I just
reach
shout out for Hasmal?
Yeah.
Can
I'm
they
just
reach out
gonna do
to
it.
Hasmal?
I'm sorry, what was that, 19?
If we're careful, maybe we can have them reach out to Hasmal.
Well, I don't know if we'll be able to really communicate that without spoken words. They are seemingly, well, I don't know if they didn't really understand us before I ate the fruit. We tried to reason with them beforehand. Don't you remember?
I tried to open it, and no, I do not remember.
When you ran up and you approached them, you tried to not fight, but they thought you were some sort of threat. You thought you were trying to fight with them. So I'm a bit worried that signals may get crossed.
Then Drift is dead.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit dramatic. Okay. Hasmal!
How dramatic.
The area in front of you, Rin, strangely opens again.
Let's go!
That odd portal that appeared in front of you in the village of Drit appears once again in front of you. It's just like this thing that just opens up, like someone is opening a door, to another place in front of you, but you can't see the handle, you don't see the frame, you don't see anything. I guess if you were stood where you are on the map, 19, you would still see Rin. Rin, you would see a door opening up. The door appears to lead to another one of those big pools of fire that you were in front of the last time that you encountered Hasmal.
As soon as 19 sees a bunch of fire, he like backs away a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk through the door.
Okay. The door remains there. If anybody else wants to see it or want to go through it, except for Drift, then the door remains in front of the area for a little while. Rin, you step through this this gate, and you appear in the same room.
One of the underboxes.
In the same room, at the other end, by this fire. You just step through, and it's that chamber you've just been in a smaller chamber off of, and you appear in front of this fire again. There's a moment where, as you step through, nothing really happens before the fire begins to swirl and change in front of you. No big huge embellishment of fire like before. Slowly a wisp comes up and a very small ember floats in front of you. You hear once again that terribly horrible demonic sounding voice speak forth from the area, and it says, "Speak."
We want to go on your quest, but we seem to have hit a bump in the road here. One of our friends is stuck in the magical box. We're hoping that you can release him so that we can go save the world, or whatever.
The ember swells and grows. It takes the form of an eagle, and then it turns into an ember again, and then it shifts and changes into a form that you recognize to be very similar to your own. Same height, same size, similar looking hairstyle and ears. You get the sense that this thing is looking at you somewhat, though there's no face on the figure. It says,
"You are wasting time. I would remove your bracer as a failure and send you to the abyss, were it not for a lack of options. You have yet to leave this place then. You bring me nothing."
That's right.
The form shifts and changes again. It changes from that form of you to a smaller ember, and then it expands and shifts to just a rolling fire now, and it sits in that form. He says,
"Tell me then what it is you wish from me, and make it fast."
Fast.
Okay, can you release him from the box
the
and get us out of here?
The fire, where it was a rolling fire, shifts again, and it shifts to that small ember. It says nothing for a small amount of time. There's a hesitance and a pause, but it continues to float in front of you. After a few moments, it says,
"Who do you wish to be freed? And where? If it is within my realm of influence, I may be able to help."
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this not your realm here? Aren't you a guardian of this space? Don't you know what happens in this space?
Tell me what you see before you. Tell me what you see around you.
I see a temple. Everything looks brand new, and there's fire and lava everywhere.
A temple. Made of what?
Black stone. It looks like the stone is cool to touch. It looks like there is. Oh shit! What was the language it was written in? Archaic. There's archaic. There's archaic on the walls.
Archaic.
So wait, you don't see the same space?
What I see, what I manifest, what you see, what you manifest. It is different. Where I am, where you are, is different.
The flame changes again. It shifts and changes into like a fucking Eye of Sauron looking thing. It's like this shape that looks like an eye. It looks around itself, trying wildly to see things, but you get the sense that it doesn't really see much. The fire then disappears into the pool again. To your left and right, there are smaller pools of similar looking fire that are glowing. You see the ember, that flame, appear in the pool to your left. It takes that form of a kind of an eyeball again, shifts into the form of an eagle, and then disappears into the pool again. It repeats the same thing on the pool on the right. The others...
Well,
in fact, it continues this around the room. There are other pools around this room. You can see, again, like last time, you can see this entire space. Where the pools are, they're still pretty far away, but you can see around you, and you notice that this form of Hasmal begins to appear at the different pools in the room. It comes up, turns into a shape, usually something flying looking, and then an eye, and then an ember, and then it disappears again. It does this around the entire place. All of the pools that you're able to see, including that like river that runs down the center. Iridir and 19, what are you guys doing? For a minute, this gate is opened. You can hear this conversation between Rin and Hasmal through the gate and through the door.
Why is she getting... I'm not quite sure on the language yet, but she's getting very aggressive.
Sassy?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, it's when you it's when you get a bit aggressive with your language, and you sort of disregard the other person's feelings and such.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not a good idea with something like that.
Well, from what I can tell so far, this creature of sorts seems extremely powerful. I personally wouldn't take such an approach, but, well, Rin has her own personality and feelings. So, hang on just a moment. I walk back over to the box. I say, don't worry, Drift. We're making a lot of progress here. It's all going very well.
Okay.
We'll have you out anytime now.
Why are you lying to him?
It's not a lie per se. It's more of an encouragement so that he doesn't, panic and die from suffocation.
Where I came from, I was told the best truths were only truths.
Where did you come from?
Well,
Because
he starts talking. He starts going on about before he was awoken. He starts going on about the farm he was on with a guy named John who taught him a bunch of stuff. He doesn't shut up. He just keeps on going until you eventually tell him to stop, until you like interrupt him.
Right.
Yes.
Where I'm from, that's a load of bullshit.
What you said was a load of bullshit?
No. The truths are the only... You know what? Why don't we check on Rin?
Yeah. I'm not going in there, though.
At like probably around this point, you probably notice that the fire in the central area, because you can see essentially through here into this area, and that central canal that's about 2 feet down that seems to run all the way out to where those fire newts were and everything. The strange flame of Hasmal starts moving along it in these various forms, usually something flying and then like an eye-looking thing. It kind of just shifts up and moves along down that canal towards the end and passes, and as it does so, it creates a little more light. What do you guys do next?
I'm kind of marveling at this whole thing. Do you suppose that's real?
Well, my eyes can also see it, which makes me assume that yes, it is real.
Rin?
Just a minute.
Just checking if you're alive.
I'm alive.
Yeah, you guys can probably communicate through that door. However, the gate that's in the room with you closes around then. Gone. Though you are still nearby. It's still relatively far away from where you guys are. Rin.
Yeah, as it closes, I kind of like run forward and like, still alive? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh!
It's super
Right.
distant now. She's in the other
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
You guys staying there?
I think I'd probably say I'd probably walk over to see what's going on with Ren, I think.
Cool.
19 goes over to the box where Drift's at and sits down next to the box. Starts talking to the box.
Okay. We'll follow Iridir for now as he approaches up towards Rin. It takes a few seconds for you to head up the room. And as you do so, you notice that the area in front of Rin coalesces again with this fire that seems to be Hasmal. Hasmal reappears in front of you, Rin. Iridir, as you approach, you'll probably catch the first portion of this as you're heading up there, and Hasmal says,
Explain to me very carefully where he is. I do not see him. He is further in, further up, further down.
You could just give us more keys. That would be easier.
Keys? Tell me,
Yes.
what
There
is
were-
the key to you?
It was a silver key that let us get into the chest with the magical items inside. He's locked inside one.
the form in front of you, the fire, coalesces into a similar shape to the box. Into a box with a hole in the front. It's not a key-shaped hole though. The hole that appears in the front is circular, but it does look like a box around the same shape. It begins to burn a little bit, and the form flares a few times and says,
This, you have lost one to this.
Yes, I know.
The effigy. One is inside. Yes.
The tiefling is inside.
The form changes once again back to the sort of large face, which is just a wall of flame with eyes and a mouth, not really much of a face. It says,
Forgeries, copies, mimics. These are what are brought forth from the effigy. This one has decided to step inside. Why?
You know, I think it's really hot in here. We kind of had a rough start on this mission. We were really tired, so we thought we'd sleep a bit. And I think he thought it would be cooler inside the box.
The flame changes again. It shifts to the shape of a bear, then to a shape similar to that of Iridir, then to a shape similar to that of you, and then back to that very small ember. The voice of Hasmal says,
I can free him, but he has proved himself foolish and unworthy. Tell me why such a simpleton will serve as a purposeful tool for me.
I think I've been like off to the side. I've been like ready to say some things, and then I catch myself and just stop several times, like. I'm just letting Rin talk at this point. I'm just looking at her, and I shrug my shoulders and put my hands up.
His lust for vengeance is strong, and it seems that the person or the people responsible for the fire that you rescued us from are important to him. So I think we can train him. Honestly, I think he will be useful.
And yes, he is a blank canvas, you could say. Quite willing to try new things. Yes.
And murder.
And that is why he took a risk and got into the box. He was really attempting, you see, to try and find more useful items. Because if we were so well provided for, think of all of the wonderful things we can do and how much easier it would be for us to save the world.
The flame remains in its very small ember form. Rin, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh God. Okay.
Since you started the conversation. Sorry, Whack.
It's fine. This isn't my fault.
This is like.
I just thought you were going for your thing.
Oh wait, nope. I want this one.
Would she get advantage because of Eero?
She gets advantage because of advantage. A 9. The case is okay. You put forth your case. The flame continues to bob for a moment. Again, it pauses. It doesn't really say too much.
We're wasting time, Hasmal. If you just let him out, we can go start this quest of yours. But if we just sit here and talk about how useless everything is, we're just wasting time.
In a previous time, it did not take the form of a box and a key. It would provide the required item needed. Now, it seems, the box holds an item I need. Do not return to me without the answer to what I seek. Find out what breaks through, why, and how to stop it. Or face Hasmal's curse.
The flame reduces again. There is no big show. The ember just softly and slowly falls to the fire. A single silver key floats upwards and begins to just sit at the center of the flower in front of where you guys are. And the form of Hasmal is gone for now.
Thank you, Hasmal. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, let's get this key and get the fuck out of here.
Is it the same thing, like where it's hovering out on over the flava?
It is, yeah. Roll20 hates me today, and I haven't been able to get any of the search things to bring up the asset to show you it. But it's just there. I'll draw it. I'll just draw a dot or an X or something.
They use the key to open another box.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
I was like, oh, well, let's get another match.
I would die, dude. I would literally.
Well, you would. I mean,
yeah, you would.
I would legit die.
All right. Why does he insist on putting the keys over the flava?
I
It
don't
seems
know.
like a bit of a waste of a bed.
Power play. I
Right.
don't know if you can hear me, Hasmal, but I think you're kind of full of it a little.
Okay, maybe let's not.
I wonder if he can.
Right.
hear you.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I look around a bit
Nothing
cringy.
happens.
All right. Well, do you have any more? Do you have anything I can tie to the end of this?
I mean, I have more rope if you would like.
Well, do you
But
have
wait,
rope?
what did he say? He said, now wait a second. He said something about the box. He said before the box used to have a different form and then it would just give you what you wanted, right? So
Well-
here, take my rope. Take my rope. You get that. You get that.
Well,
I'll
I
be
need something to tie on the end, otherwise it'll just go limp.
Okay, what? You want the last bolt out of my body? I will rip the last bolt that's stuck in, I think, my leg, my left thigh. I will
Wait,
take
you
it
still
out.
have that in there? What do you want, sepsis?
Yeah.
God
Yeah,
damn.
like to.
All right, give me
There.
a Constitution saving throw if you can. See if you got sepsis. I don't really
It's
know.
all because of me, dude. I'm so sorry, guys.
Did that work? How's that going when that happens? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Just wait till the meanwhile, John, here in a second when it goes back to me talking to you in the box.
All right,
Oh.
you whip a crossbow bolt, which has apparently been in your body this whole time. You look at it; it doesn't look infected. The area
Alright.
around it should be. It fucking should be. But you're strong.
Doesn't smell like Limburger
It
cheese.
doesn't smell too bad. And
There
you go.
you hand him this bloodied crossbow bolt, and I assume you attach it to this rope again.
I
There.
suppose you didn't have anything in your bag. All right.
No,
are you
I lost everything in the last fight. Here, use that. I'll be back. Okay. I would like to go back into the room with the box.
Okay.
When
As she walks away, I just kind of look at it. I did have my own. I just needed to tie them to the end. Well,
All right, Eero, give me the attack roll minus proficiency range.
is it an attack roll, or you want me to do a dex, just a regular dex check?
I think it's the same thing, right? You don't have proficiency in throwing crossbow bolt with rope, but
I mean,
Please
do I?
get it.
no.
Okay.
The last stuff was good, but I feel like no, because you'll use it one day against me.
10.
10. I can't remember what I set the DC as, so I'll set it as this. You throw the crossbow bolt into the lava, and the crossbow bolt sinks, and then the end of the rope sets on fire. You're about like a foot away from where you need it to be.
Oh, bloody hell. I rip more of my bedroll and try it again.
Okay, do you have another crossbow bolt?
I actually do have 20 crossbow bolts, yes.
Okay.
Everybody's just been ripping them out of themselves before I even get a chance to try.
Yeah, you don't have unlimited stuff in this campaign, by the
Yeah.
way. So remember to keep an eye on what you're using that is like consumable things, like crossbow bolts.
Another
Same
10.
thing on the other side. It's not going as well for you this time.
Right. Another one.
Nice.
There we
21.
go.
Yeah. Hook it, whip it, bring it back. Barely any damage to the crossbow bolt. It's a like a whip, like Indiana Jones
Aha!
style. And yeah, you successfully do the thing with the stuff. So, Eero is sitting with Drift for a little while. Is there anything in particular that you're telling Drift, or is it just to
19,
keep him?
19.
Sorry, 19 is sitting with.
We look so much alike. I mean,
It's because I was on the map looking at your token.
So when Rin walks into the room,
Mhm.
doesn't look up, he's just like has his arm rest on the box and he's like sitting with his legs straight and he's on the box and all he's doing is he's
Back down.
going, "Don't worry. It was explained to me that death is a natural
Oh
situation.
God. Oh, 19. No,
I
no, no.
learned from John when I
19.
was with him.
No.
Very, very honest about everything.
This is not helpful.
This-
This is not helpful.
Hello, Rin. What is
Human-
wrong?
Humans typically don't like to, or anybody doesn't really like to think about dying. He's trapped in a box. He's feeling pretty helpless right now. I don't think that will make him feel better.
Drift, can you hear me? Have you heard what I've been saying?
I'm in stone cold fear.
Oh,
Like
God.
absolutely stone cold. I've checked out. Because literally for the past 7 minutes, he's just told me in this soft voice how I'm gonna die and to accept it and it's gonna be okay. And when you die, you pass on to many other things that could be beautiful, up into the stars, into the heavens, and you know, these things that he's heard from fucking Farmer John. I'm fucking gone, dude.
Yeah, it's horrible. You're having to face your own mortality probably for the first time in your 19 years. Somewhere further in, you hear like "Huzzah!" or whatever Iro said when he got the thing. and yeah, Rin, you.
Well, now we know Brad can play my character if I'm not here for a day.
So I want to stand in front of the box. Actually, I want to close my eyes and I want to meditate on this box, and I just want to kind of like imagine the box giving me what I want, which is Drift standing without the box existing.
Okay.
Oh, deep.
Yeah, you do that.
I'm gonna try. Nothing happens. Yes.
No, not unless you're casting a spell.
Okay.
You could do
It's
that
worth a
though.
shot.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. I understand what you're attempting to do, but nothing happens. You, at least on the outside. On the inside, Drift, you begin to transform.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm fucking with you. Iro
Oh
walks in.
my god!
Nothing happens. Iro walks in, holding a key, a silver key, another one identical to the other ones that you've had.
Yeah, I say, I've got it. And I walk over to the
What?
box. I walk over to the box and
What?
I say,
What'd you say?
I said, we've
Just hold on.
got it.
Just. We don't know if it's gonna work.
Don't be quick, but I will stay with you this whole
I'm
time.
sorry, what?
19 said I was gonna die.
19's just still going on about death, like just like stroking the box and being like,
Don't worry. I'll be here with you until you
19 said I was gonna die. He
Oh
said
my
it was.
god. Hero, open the box.
Let me out.
Excuse
you
me,
have-
19. Perhaps you could just move away from the box and
Great
never
idea.
think of such things again to Drift.
I pat the box.
Don't worry. If you don't get out, I won't leave you until you stop speaking to me.
And I get up.
It's very sweet of you, 19. Very sweet of you.
Yeah, I'll walk over. Like I'm staring at 19 the whole time. Like walk over and turn the key in the box.
That loyalty is very good, 19.
All right. Are you thinking of anything in particular when you do this?
Oh no.
Or are you just thinking about getting Drift out? Or are you just turning the key?
I would think about getting Drift out.
Okay.
Oh no.
You have a little more understanding about the box now, even subconsciously. So.
Wait, I was never thinking about strawberry milkshakes.
Oh yeah, none of you were thinking about anything because you didn't know what the box was. Okay.
Shit, that's so cool.
You just got something random.
Think about Drift covered in new weapons.
Drift.
Like a whip, please.
Drift.
I look at her with my eyebrow raised as I turn the key.
Yeah, Drift. You hear them like rattling with something. I would actually say you probably see the end of a key appear, just a very little thing just appear through the darkness. Your dark vision sees it. It doesn't really look silver, it looks more grey. And then you see it turn. As it turns, on the outside there's the white bright light that you saw before. The key shatters, and the keyhole glows a bright light. Drift, something in the box appears next to you. It's large. It feels like it runs up one side of your leg and up the side of your body, and on the side of your head. It's very soft feeling,
Big dick.
like it's furry.
Oh my god.
Furry big dick. Furry big dick. Oh, God.
And Iridid, you just lift the top.
Yeah.
You lift
I
the
just
top.
opened this fucking thing.
You lift the top.
Trying to
Drift.
get him out of there.
Suddenly light pours in. The darkness and the dark vision kind of is hazy for a moment, and you get this haze, and it's like lifting like a trunk of a car, right? And he's in there curled up like with all his bag and stuff. Next to him is this strange dummy, which looks like Drift, but not. It's kind of like a weird twisted thing. It's the same height and size as Drift, but its eyes are all wrong. The skin color's weird. It looks like a big doll, like you'd get like a toy doll. If somebody made like a really crude doll and then made it the size of Drift. How tall are you, Drift? Because you're relatively small, right?
5'1".
5'1", same size. The eyes are wrong. The mouth is like sewed on. It is basically a doll. Drift,
Can I react?
Ew.
Drift. The material of this Drift doll, large Drift doll, is the same material as the other doll. It's the same. Whatever it's made
My
out
doll?
of. Yeah, your doll. What is your doll made out of?
Crap,
You have a
like
doll?
cloth.
Cloth?
Yeah, I have a doll. Yeah, cloth.
What is it stuffed with? Like sheep's fur or? Like
like crappy. Yeah, sheep's fur. It's not nice at all. It's like, think of like a really crappy Blair Witch Project like doll. Like just.
Okay, there's a Drift size one of these. It's
No!
next to you. It doesn't have hands. It just ends on like a thing. It's very crude looking. It looks like maybe like a test dummy that you would fire arrows at across a field for anybody else that might have ever trained with that kind of thing. But that's just there. Just a big Drift doll laying next to him in the box. Other than that though, the box opens up. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt here, but you have an hour before it closes.
I'm out. The moment I see,
Wait, what happens when he moves? Does the doll move?
No.
Does the doll like creepily
just falls.
Yeah.
to his leg or something?
No,
Like, is it...
it's just false. Just false. Doesn't do anything.
What the
What was that?
What is that?
What is that?
I don't know. What is that?
What do you mean you don't know? You were in a box by yourself with that.
That wasn't in there with me. That just came in there right now.
You see 19, his big old amber eyes, for some reason of unknown, get super bright, and he walks up to Drift, and he wraps his arms around Drift like he were to like kind of know how to hug, and squeezes him a little too tight.
You know when someone who's been telling you like horrific things. This is like a horror movie now. I am so scared of 19 right now.
Wait.
I can't
Even better, he grabs the doll instead of Drift, thinking it's
that's
Drift, and just like squishes it, and like I assume the head just goes. Wheat.
Like a stress doll?
It's not a.
like a stress doll.
It's like a. It's just like a crude, like felt doll filled with like sheep stuff. Like it doesn't like come to life. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't. It's just like a big, soft teddy bear, drift-sized and shaped.
I grab it, and after hugging it, I grab it by underneath the elbows, and I put it out in front of me and go,
You are like me now.
Oh.
Made of magic.
19. And I just have my hand up. That's not me.
I drop it.
Yeah, I like walk over and look at this thing.
Yeah, same.
Is this did you make?
I'm out of the box, by the way. I'm just gonna say that I've hopped out of the box, completely out of the box, looking at this thing.
That's the third time he said it. That's the third time he said he's out of the box. He's got
I have really.
You're out of the box. It's cool.
Just can you say it back to me, Brad? Thank you.
You are out of the box.
You check for your cell phone and your keys.
1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna like look at this thing. I didn't know that you were able to create such lifelike things, Drift.
Yeah, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't make that.
Of course you did. What else? How else would it get here?
I don't know. That was not in the box with me until you opened it up. You did this, Hero.
No, I didn't. I think I would know if I created it. I hold the thing up. The eyes aren't even right, and I try and like move the eyes like a little bit. Look, they're off. This one's looking over there, and that one's looking over there. You're more handsome than this doll.
May I suggest something?
Absolutely.
No.
He picks up the doll. He throws it over his shoulder.
I need to leave this place.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Let's get out of here.
Well, we really haven't had much sleep, but if everyone feels the urge to leave, I suppose we can. I'm still a bit tired myself.
I will help us build a tent outside.
Let's get out of here. That's a great idea. That's the best idea.
I will build it.
Well, you see, we have we may run into an issue with those creatures outside.
What? Are they guarding the door?
Well, they were guarding for us, but we won't be able to speak with them anymore. Well, I won't be able to
Just
speak with them
walk
anymore.
past them.
All right.
Yeah,
does everyone
what if we just motion for them to lead the way and make sounds?
I will give this to them.
And I grab the doll.
Brad, do I have any sort of attachment to that doll? Like, just because it looks like mine? Or is it however I choose?
It's up to you. Dude, right, okay. So whoever takes it, just add life-size drift doll. As far as you can tell, it's made of, like, wool and sheep's wool and stuff, like felt, kind of, like I don't know, like a medieval, like felt, I guess, would make sense.
I could use this to make the tent. Yes.
And I throw it back over my shoulder.
Drift,
Yeah.
are you attached to this?
19, I'm gonna be honest, man. Everything you say right now is just creeping me out.
Why?
You told me I was gonna die in there.
I thought you were going to die.
But I'm not dead, 19. You put me through a lot.
19 just kind of like, his eyes kind of almost like a blink. The amber goes away, comes back, and he goes,
But you're not dead. This is good.
Drip,
Yeah.
you're not dead and you're out of the box. Let's just focus on getting out of here.
Okay.
And
Okay.
no pressure, but I did have to call on, Daddy Hasmal to get you out, and he was not so pleased that you got into the box in the first place. So I assured him.
You told
that-
Hasmal?
Yeah, I had to get you out. It was the only way to get you out.
What did he say?
wasn't very impressed with
He was not impressed, but I assured him that you would kick some serious ass. So I need you to do that, okay? No pressure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
Well-
let's get out of here. Is
You
there
would
no
give-
door
No,
that we can just walk through?
there's an archway that leads out. I mean, you can see through. Like if you look over to the like I'll just drag your characters together if I can. I probably can't. That one, hang on. Like if you're like stood out here basically in the main hall, the new things are like here, like they're within vision, and they're still just stood there. They have their backs to you. They have their backs to you. There's three of them. All three are now stood there, and they just appear to be doing like the typical guardsman stance at the end of this hall.
All right, look. We need to approach them with an air of confidence. Now, Drift, maybe if you stop fidgeting a little, you're fine. And I just I pat him on the shoulder. See, everything's okay. You're not dead. Everything's fine.
I pat him with him, but a lot harder.
No, gently. He's smaller than you, 19. You have to be careful.
We just get out of here.
I have been told I do not know my own strength.
Fair, you're very large, but that's good. That's good. It's good when we're fighting, but when we're just conversing with each other, just try not to do it so hard. All right, look, I'm going to walk out with confidence, and I'll sort of point forward and nod a lot, and hopefully they'll understand.
Okay, wait. can't you throw your voice or something? You're an entertainer or something, aren't you? Can't you just distract them and send them down a different direction, and then we can just walk out the door?
Sure, but they won't be able to really understand what I'm saying, and, well, I'm not exactly skilled in terms of throwing my voice.
Right. I hope this works.
I am still rather tired as well. I haven't regained all of my abilities. But, all right, let's go.
All right.
Didn't say shit.
No one gives a shit. You guys.
No one cares.
You guys head out. Yeah, heading just strutting.
You will later.
You will later.
I just need to get out of this room, dude.
Strutting towards where the backs of these fire newts are standing, guarding the area where you guys went in. I think it's a good time to go to a break, but first I thought I'd quickly show you guys the archaic lettering example that I promised you 2 fucking weeks ago.
Yes.
So this is not real. This is not how it looks necessarily. It's just an example in general for how it looks. The so when you're looking at these walls and looking at the can you see that on the stream? Kinda.
Yeah.
The when you're looking at the everything, basically almost everything in here, apart from on a couple of the items that you pulled out, there is this just continual scripture that goes along. These little tiny little things, and they're very small. They're like minuscule writings that look like they're going along. Again, the black lettering is what I've been referring to as like the lettering, and then the glyphs, it's punctuated by these much larger symbols. Which were the ones that Drift, you matched a couple of them to. It was a lot easier to match the larger symbols. There seems to be less different types of that symbol, and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads, like way more letters in this alphabet of the tiny little scripture. And that's kind of how it looks around this entire place. Although they're not glowing at different colors, that's just to give you more of an example. They're all glowing around the same sort of colors. For this place, it's going white, red, and yellow. And it's just twinkling in general. Each individual letter or glyph will twinkle randomly. And it gives an effect of like a sparkle across the entire place and everything around. And it's very small. It's so small that you have to get real close up to look and even see the glyphs. The glyphs are maybe the size of a fingernail. The smaller writing even smaller. So in general, that's what this entire place is covered in, just constantly throughout the entire place. And when you look very closely at those strange eyes on the drift doll, they are covered in that lettering, that archaic symbol looking stuff as well.
Oh my god!
And we're gonna go to a break here for a few minutes.
Oh shit!
Do the eyes on the drift doll blink? We just don't know. We'll find out one day, or will we? See you guys in a few minutes, and we'll continue as they strut forth towards these fire newts. Remember, if you want to check out our Patreon, we have a bunch of rewards and things over there. So click on the link below the stribbity stram and check out the Discord, where people have been spending all week trying to figure out how they're going to get out from this box thing. Almost everyone I spoke to dared me to just transform Drift into a mimic.
What is wrong with you guys?
I really, really, really wanted to, but I would have broken my own stupid law that I've written in for these boxes and what they are. But it would have been great if Drift became like the first ever mimic, you know?
Oh wow!
What? Why?
It would have been awesome if you just
It would have been really cool because you could like made it so he could look normal, right? And then like every now and again,
and he became the mimic, and you had to fight him. But it doesn't make sense really with what the box is. And the box is, for the record, since you now probably will never have another key.
I don't think anybody would mind if you retconned.
Yeah, it would have been fun, but nah. They're basically
John would have
replicators from
minded.
Star Trek, right?
John would have
That's what they are.
minded.
I would have minded. I
All right,
liked it.
we'll go to a break now, a couple of minutes, and we'll see you guys for the next half after the break. Peace out. Bye.
Peace.
everyone. Welcome back to Table Stories. With your host, John Sandman. He's got a mouthful of kale. What up, everyone? So, the gang, let's continue. The gang strut forth. I guess I'll put you back on this map.
Not kale. It's a Chinese chicken, so I just want to make that very
lie
clear.
to all of us. We know the truth.
Alright.
We know it. Okay, so you guys strut forward and find yourselves behind these guys. You're not sneaking up on them or anything, right? You're just walking ahead. Specifically, Iridice.
I'm walking forward confidently.
Okay. What do you do? I mean, they fuck it. Let's see. They have no idea you're there.
Yeah, I just walk forward, sort of confidently with my chin up high, my shoulders back, and I start to walk past them, and I.
Yeah, they immediately look up at you. The one which is to your left turns to you. I don't know if you can. They're very, very similar looking. So at this point, they're probably very difficult to differentiate. And you see the one on your left suddenly turn to you, and he's.
And I nod my head, smile, and start to walk past them.
It cocks its head towards you and watches you walk away. The one which is on the other side of the canal kind of turns and says to the one that spoke to you. The one which you originally spoke to shouts after you.
I raise a fist up in the air, and I point forward towards the direction where I'm walking here.
All three of them pull out a sword.
No!
God damn it, Hero.
Why?
They point.
No
they point-
performance check, nothing.
They
No
point-
deception check.
They point
Let 'em
it,
do it.
They point it forward to where you pointed, and just in unison go Nada!
Oh,
Oh
charge
my
it.
God!
And then they put their swords back in and stand there as you walk
I'm still
away.
cool. Yeah.
I start following behind Eero. I don't make eye contact with any of these things.
Same.
They just watch you go. Once
Let's go, baby.
once you all walk past, and you can move your tokens past them, you hear them from behind just. I'm just having a conversation, and you
Yeah.
guys head on. So, first things first, you guys head down to the area where they were first sat. They were sat up on this part over here, and the chamber kind of ends. You're in a sort of a room, and it opens up to another one. There's a lot of light pouring through from the chamber ahead. Again, there's no real doors. It's just alcoves, like openings. They look larger set. These rooms are pretty tall. If memory serves, it was 20-foot ceiling in the hallway, and the doorways are pretty large and pretty easy to fit through. There is another one of these chest things here around the corner.
Does Drift have PTSD?
Once you move around,
Yes.
this
I
chest.
hate chess.
This chest is bigger, really. It doesn't really display it on the map, but it is much bigger in size than the ones that you previously encountered. It's probably something like that.
Whoa.
Other than that, it's like exactly the same. It has the same silver lock and the same appearance of it being like a very large treasure chest, though when you pay closer inspection, it's just a stone mimicry of a chest. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I just keep walking confidently forward. I
Feel
look
free.
towards the chest, and I look at Drift just to gauge his reaction.
And I just get closer to Ira and like really just dodge the chest. just not even messing with it.
Yeah, you guys move into the next room. So, again, this place is exactly the same. Every room will be the same here, so that I don't keep repeating myself. It's the same obsidian-colored walls with the same twinkling text on it. There's another pool in here of a different shape with flava. This is a very large pool again, and it lights up the room. It's extremely hot in this room. There's only a couple of there's only a little ways around this pool. There's a couple of steps that lead up, and then you can move along 2 walkways past it to the other side of the room. At the center of this pool of flava, there's a kind of like an iron cast, like a cauldron almost shaped thing, which isn't floating there. It's held by iron-looking poles that sit underneath it. The room at the other end seems to lead outwards, 2 openings on the other side of the room here. We'll see you out of the room. Other than that, there's nothing in here.
Can I'm still by the big ass chest.
Yeah.
Can I just do an investigation or what you call it, check around it just to see, like, does that need a key? Does it just look like a chest that might open?
You can give me an investigation check, yeah.
Get rid of these glyphs. Pardon my voice today, by the way. Got a 20.
Do you have proficiency in investigation?
I don't, but guess what? I would like to have it, Brad.
Let's see here. Hang on, let me bring up my NPC list so that I can
Please
find.
give me that investigation is a pretty good one to have a proficiency in, I feel like. So
Jeff the Fire Newt, Keith the Fire Newt.
Jeff
'Cause
Key.
what did I get? I got it in survival before, so this would be survival and investigation. That's 2 pretty good ones to have.
It is. I forget how your thing works. Can you tell me what it is again?
I've got 5 of them, and if I roll the 20, I could choose to have that as a proficiency
Okay.
because of the memory loss thing or the whatever you called it.
Yeah. Fuck, did I put your fucking bullshit? I have a load of bullshit about your character. So you're taking this proficiency?
I would like to take that. Investigation check is something I'd love to have that in. If you could put that in there for me, Bradley, I would be very grateful.
That's so OP. And
You
so
can
cool.
you can check it. You can tick the little box next to it yourself.
Oh, just check it,
And that will be your
and that gives you proficiency automatically. Cool.
Mm.
I don't have that. I'm just doing something for a test for fun. Okay. No. Okay. All right. I was just curious how I would look after proficiency.
There we go. I'm dumb. Okay, let's see here. So, you probably get a flashback right now, I would say. You are in this flashback. You are elsewhere. You are, for a moment, very far out in Thelmecia. It's a place that you don't recognize with your current memories, but there is a soft snow falling. Around you, there is a group of people. Some of them are wearing white and silver armor. Some of them are wearing red armor. There are also one Warforged. There's a Warforged gentleman with you as well. You are in a snowy cave, and the gentlemen that are around you are all dead.
I feel like that was a weird music choice, Brad.
Yeah, I'm setting you up. Setting you up.
It made us feel safe, and then he took it away. It's okay. I'm into it.
The memory strikes you immediately of you being in this icy cave. You are locked in this cave. You've been trapped in here by a big kind of snow avalanche, and your group that you were traveling with of these people are all dead. You and another Warforged in here are barely functioning at this point. You and the other Warforged have been digging at this snow for a very long time. There's 12 people. There you go. 12 people behind you, and they're all dead in this cave. They've died of starvation. You've been in here for a very long time. You slowly, with this other Warforged, claw your way through this snow. And these memories are coming at you like fucking JPEGs, right? It's like flashes. The snow around you is packed in such a way that the other Warforged begins to carve through. You take a moment and stop this other Warforged. You speak to them, they speak to you back, and they begin to carve again. You grab them and stop them and restrain them physically. It takes everything in you because you're both extremely tired. You take a look at the way that this snow is compacted. You know that if you are to continue digging this way, you're going to bring this entire avalanche down on you again, and then you two are going to be screwed. You're going to be trapped in this thing. You explain it to the other Warforged. The other Warforged doesn't believe you. You move away as this Warforged, in a strange need to continue. Just it's not. You're not speaking with any like emotion or anything. You guys are just doing your duty. You're told to do this, and you're only trying to get out so that you can go back to your battalion and report in. The other one incessantly believes that he can dig his way out, and you believe that you can't. You step back and watch for half a day as this Warforged continues to dig through, and then the avalanche crushes him, and he's lost under all of this snow. And
or Jim,
you knew that you were correct. You don't feel anything other than what you feel now as 19, and you look back again at these 12 dead, 5 of them in soldier's uniform, 5 in the other soldier's uniform, and 2 in like snowy rangers outfits. And then you look back to the snow and begin your investigation again in how to safely get out from this frozen cave. And that's probably where your investigation proficiency comes from. You spent a long time in that cave and had to very carefully
That's
work
so sick.
your way out. And it was not just brute strength that got you out. It was careful planning and intelligent approach to escaping this avalanche cave-in at some point in your past before you were 19.
And what happens? What's in the chest?
The chest.
What's going on with the chest? That was dope, Brad, by the way.
The
Thank you for doing it.
Is definitely exactly the same as the other ones in the other room. It's one of these chests that Hasmal referred to as an effigy. And it's just larger. You would almost definitely need one of these keys to get into it. It does seem to be different in that it's larger. Maybe it's able to produce larger items.
I turn slowly.
Drift.
Yeah?
You should have slept in this one. It's much bigger. I'm just saying.
And I notice it needs a key, and I just kind of walk away from it and catch back up with the group.
You could probably fit a horse in this one, whereas the other one could fit a drift snugly.
I don't laugh, and I walk on with the group.
Sure.
Is that a piece of Tablestory merch? Is it the Drift Snuggly?
The Drift Snuggie coming soon.
Snuggie.
Oh my god, a snuggie of drift.
So, presuming you all head into the next room, again, you're met with this very large pool of lava, but this one has this iron cast in the middle of it. What do you guys do? I mean, there's nothing else in here. That is it.
Oh, there's no other hallway down here?
There's two exits that seem to lead into the next chamber.
I'm following Eero. That's all I'm doing.
I'm kind of investigating. I'm looking at both hallways.
They look like they lead straight out into another room. It's pretty easy because these two doors are very large. You can see very clearly out. There is a lot of light being cast by this thing as well, so you can see relatively well. And there's two pools.
I'm just boldly walking forward.
I feel like they were protecting us. Were they guarding us?
Yes, they were guarding us.
From what?
Well, I don't know, but I figured if we were going to rest, why not have someone try to guard us? We don't know what's here.
Well, that's my point. Should we be boldly walking through here?
I'm just following you, Eero. So whatever you say goes for the next 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, everyone needs to
that'll get you killed.
Everyone needs to keep an eye. Listen, we don't need that negativity here.
You see 19 take a knee and grab his shoulder.
Who got drift out of the box? Was it your idea, Eero?
Well, I suggested we look for a key, but you were the one that contacted Hasmal, so I would argue that both of us did.
I think I need
but
to
I think
stop.
I think that.
Are you okay? 19?
You look at 19 and he just looks rough. He just like, you could like tell like all that little last bit of energy he had like when he first woke up, especially after getting zapped by that chest. He just kind of like drops to a knee and he's holding his arm and he just goes,
I have never felt pain before like this. I may need to stop before we go any farther and relax.
Yeah, I'll like rush over to him, sort of check on him.
He looks rough. He looks like he's like kind of walking fine. He could probably make it out of here, but looks like he has absolutely nothing he could do to help anybody right now. Nudge, wink, nudge.
You
okay. Should we rest?
We've gone to one room.
Well,
are
maybe...
at full health, but you don't have any spells, right?
I'm at full. No, I took 6 damage, so I'm.
Oh yeah, you're injured. Fuck yeah. So no, yeah, you've got like some scorched hand, scorched side, no spells. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That little dent into my right side. I have this like dent that kind of goes in on my right side. It's just like looking like it's throbbing, like a heartbeat kind of throb, but it's just like of like heat, kind of like looking to swell in and out.
Can I do a medicine check or anything to see if I know what's up?
I don't think you need to do a medicine check. You can see that he's damaged himself by being electrocuted, and he's injured in the same. Again, you know that he works very similarly to a human, in that the life force that's in him is his blood, and the rest of him, his physical parts have to be intact, or he's gonna fall apart and die in the same way as we do.
Well,
really.
he 19 is a bit hurt, and well, frankly, I'm still a bit tired myself. Only an hour doesn't really will do much.
I will need at least 4.
Perhaps we should rest.
Okay, well, I don't think that we should rest here. I think we should rest back in there where they were keeping an eye on us.
I agree.
Wait, but
Drift, we gotta rest. Look at him.
No, I know, but Hasmal's gonna be really upset if we don't make any progress, don't you think? I mean, he's already probably.
You just see 19's eyes just.
Well, we're not gonna make any progress like this.
Go straight into rest mode.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Wait. No. 19. We need to get back into the other room.
Gone.
Oh God. All right. Help me carry him into the other room.
Him?
Or drag him or whatever.
What are we gonna say to the imps?
He's sitting up normally. He's like sitting down on his knees and just.
We're gonna rest right by that chest. They're having a conversation. They won't even see us.
What if they come up to us and ask us for something?
We'll be sleeping.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. Well, perhaps in such an open area, we should perhaps take turns and watch after each other.
You see, as he says that, you see 19's eyes go.
I will still be paying attention. I can still hear everything around me.
Right, but I still think perhaps even with their assistance, should we don't know them particularly well. They seemed very enthusiastic about helping us earlier, but we don't know them. Does someone want to take a watch?
Brad?
Yeah.
Quick question, Brad.
Mm-hmm.
If when we're discussing correctly, I am, even in my resting situation, I still know everything that goes around me.
Yeah.
Like you guys don't have to stay awake. Like 19 will always know, like if we're sleeping together, he will always know. He will know what's going on around in the situation and so forth. It was one of the things me and Brad talked about a while back. Like he rests, but he's still aware. Like unlike you when you're sleeping in a dream state.
I don't know if it gives you like the ability to just take a full watch though, because that's going to involve you wandering around and checking and actively looking for things. I'll check, but
I mean, we talked about it like way back when we were making.
I think it's more like if fucking something happens around you, you'll know. If you get attacked by something though, and you don't hear it coming, you're not really doing any active shit. Is the issue? You're like passively aware. I don't think you're actively aware, which is slightly different.
Well, wait, he thinks that that's what's going on.
Okay.
Fair.
He believes that he'll know everything that's going on around. Like he'll be able to hear it and shit like that.
He's gonna get us killed.
You kind of see his eyes start to fade a little bit, and as they're fading, he kind of goes,
I'm sorry.
and
I'm feeling pretty good. I can take watch for the first moment.
Right. I am quite tired.
He can take. No, he can. I was wrong. You do not dream. You are fully aware of your surroundings and notice approaching enemies and other events as normal. So
that's what I thought. Yep.
He can fucking always be on watch. Yeah.
Wow.
So he said that to us? Did he say that to us?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
All right. Well, do we want to rest here or back with the creatures?
I think we should rest in the other room.
I say we go here because if anyone comes, we'll go get them. And why put ourselves in that situation right now?
Because I feel like they were protecting us, but protecting us from what? They're stopping anything from coming into the room where we were safely resting. What does that say to you? There's other stuff out here, right?
Yeah, I guess. 19? And I don't touch him because I'm still freaked out by him. But 19!
Can we move back into the other room there, 19? It might be a bit easier.
He like hears him, and you kind of see his eyes come back in little tiny amber pupils, and you just see him puts his hands on the floor, stands back up, looks real hard for him to stand up, stands up, and he doesn't say anything. He just starts walking back to the other room.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay. So you guys head back to the area. I think these these fire newts, by the way, are like not there anymore. They're back in the area where they were chilling last time.
Okay.
They see you walk back in.
I look at
Right here. Right here.
Yeah.
my character looks at him, and he just goes,
Oh.
and then he just.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit. I guess with my back against the wall.
Me too.
And I'll.
Same.
Away from the chest. Far away.
I will bring out my kettle though and start to make
Oh! I smell it instantly.
Yeah.
Drift, would you like some tea? You kind of had a rough day.
Is that tea?
May
Yeah, but
may
can I have the first? Is it cool if I have the first glass?
Well,
I had a
yes. I mean,
just
they'll
the
all
first.
pour at the same time. It's
Okay.
okay.
Really? Okay. I just want the freshness would be really nice.
It'll
was
be
trapped
super
in a box,
fresh.
really dark.
I promise.
Really scared.
If I may, I would love some as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you already said that. I heard him say that already, but I just want the first glass. Would be great. I know you make them at the same time. Just fresher than fresh.
Yep. Super fresh.
All right, so you make them some of this tea that they just fucking love. They continue to be addicted to it. It's fucking great, guys. It's the best tea.
I trust me. I know.
Heroin tea.
What's that coffee that's made from the cat shit?
What?
Civet coffee or whatever. No, there's a special. Look it up. I'm not making this shit up.
You're talking about
There's a
ketamine.
coffee made out of cat shit?
Yeah, civet. It's a special kind of cat, and
Does everybody have toxoplasmosis? What's going on?
They eat coffee beans and they shit it out, and the bean is like more tasty or something.
What?
Weird. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Look at it.
Whatever you say. Okay, America.
I'm just worried that's what Rin has done.
Okay. So you
That
guys
I
have some
shit
of
out
this
coffee
nice
beans and then brew them in a tea for you?
Give some of this
Hey,
nice
elves
civet
do.
tea.
I would assume
Not a
elves do
fucking
some weird
barbarian,
ass
hero.
shit. Elves probably do some
It's
weird
a
shit.
delicacy.
Elven tea is served, and you guys
Delicious.
are going to sleep, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Cat. What
Um,
I'm talking about.
The fire newts, by the way, just kind of chilling. They look like they're just chilling out.
Do
like
they want tea?
They're moving around. Do you offer them tea?
Yeah.
Oh God.
They, I would imagine one of them comes over and sniffs it.
No? Oh, okay. Suit yourself.
Yeah, they have a conversation. One of them indicates towards the bracer, and they look over at you, and they.
I'm out.
And then you go to sleep. And Tiger, what did you want?
Can this is long shot, Brad, and you're gonna tell me to eat shit, but I'm gonna do it. Can the entire time, as he powers down, the last thing he sees is the fire newt? He's got that little weird thing about fire now, but since he's aware of everything, can he listen to what the fire newts are saying the entire time he's resting and kind of like semi-focus on that so that he kind of knows like what their movements are, and also not just movements, but he wants to try to see if he can pick anything up by understanding whatsoever.
Give me
Like
a nature
Dances
check.
with Wolves style.
Nature check.
Jesus.
A 10. You yeah, you can. Let's see here. So in this room, you guys are just gonna just fucking long rest it, 8 hours, chilling, sleeping, proper sleep.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
After 4, I'll be awake, so like I can guard over them after 4 hours.
I'm already. Yeah, same. I'm already fully rested.
Elves only
with
need
just
4 hours, but
yeah.
I'm just gonna pass out.
Me too.
Okay. You guys sleep for a decent amount of time. The fire newts are continually moving around. In what you observe, 19, they every now and then they will just sit down. They sit down and enter a similar sort of inactive state to what you do, but it's only maybe 10-15 minutes. They tend to do it in unison, though a couple of them do it separately. They will hang off of the edge of stuff and just sit kind of like staring into space. They don't really close their eyes or go to sleep necessarily, they just stop. Then they get up, they move up and down this hallway, and only this hallway, to the far end where you guys entered it, and then back to the area where you are. They'll do that 2 or 3 times, and then they'll have a conversation, and they'll seem very normal and relaxed. And then 1 or 2 of them will enter into this inactive state for a bit. The other one will do it, and then they'll walk up and down. They do it roughly once an hour. In terms of listening to what they are saying, you have no idea what they're saying. Their language, what languages do you speak? You don't have any language proficiencies, right?
No, technically, he only knows what would be common.
Yeah, I'd say if you roll, you can do these sorts of checks where you listen to things and you can determine the roll. And if you get the crit, say, for example, if you critted on that nature, that would probably have been the thing that you would have been able to get the proficiency in, not the nature but the language.
Yeah.
I guess you could have argued for both. It's a weird one. I don't really know how you're supposed to get a proficiency in language to get the
I
check
like the
to
way
roll
I like
for
the
it.
way you said it though. It seems simple and easy.
Yeah. And that was your intention as well. So yeah, I'd say you definitely have no fucking idea what the fuck they're saying. The 8 hours though pass pretty much completely uninterrupted. You're the only one who's vaguely aware of what's going on.
God.
There is a point, I would say, where you hear some noises further in though. I would say you definitely hear stuff moving around, you know, like some noises, some scratching,
Beholdery sounds,
some beholder based sounds, but it's really not anything that you can identify. Just that this place is active further in, but generally it's pretty chill. The newts leave you alone. They just walk up and down every now and then. They sit and rest every now and then. The box doesn't do anything. There's nothing from Hasmal. We'll fast forward through the hours. You guys sleep okay. It's fucking hot and horrible in here. It's disgusting. You're probably all relatively dehydrated. I assume you guys have water skins and stuff that you had on your person when you came in here. Have you been drinking from that during this time?
Are we doing this in D&D?
Say yes.
If you're gonna live in this entire campaign in here, if this whole campaign is set in this place, then you need water skins, yes.
Then yes, love in my water skin.
You should have a water skin. If you don't have one, John.
If it's in my explorer's pack.
Yes, it is.
Okay, great.
Let's say you have drinked all of that there water, and you can mark off that water skin. There's no way you have any other water in here. You've been in here for a long time now, like probably around like 9 hours overall.
Oh, God.
And it's unbelievably hot, and you are drinking and you are sweating. The air down here is pretty fucking gnarly as well. It's thick, and yeah, you guys wake up. Your hair is probably plastered to your face. Your clothes are a little damp. You've been sweating. You don't smell good. That heat is probably beginning to take its toll. You've rested. You've drunk your water. If you eat some food, mark off a ration. If you don't, let me know. But you won't desperately need food yet.
Yeah, I definitely ate a ration for sure.
If you don't do it, you'll need to eat the next day or you're going to be exhausted. So, the long rest is done. You guys are at full spells. You get one hit die back out of your 2, and you are at full HP.
Thank you.
You guys wake up maybe one by one, slowly come to, eat your rations, finish the rest of the water.
Half our hit die come back.
Rin, I would say you probably can't make any more tea without water at this point, as well.
Why'd you make hot tea in a hot area? This guy asked that question quick.
Listen, you don't drink the tea, but you're gonna wish you did.
Yeah, you have no fucking idea, Tiger.
Okay,
It's
you
really
don't
good.
understand.
You have
that
no
tea,
idea.
That tea is the only thing keeping them alive right now.
So what's next? What happens? We wake up. Boom.
You guys wake up. The
out of this
newts
place.
are wandering up and down. Like they're probably halfway through one of their wanders, and they come back and they sit, and nothing happens. There's nothing jumping in the room. There's nothing going on. You guys pretty much successfully sleep. I assume you guys laid on a pack or something. You're not just on the stone floor. You probably laid on the... I wouldn't imagine that you got in the sleeping bags, but you probably laid on them and then put your head on your
Not
packs
getting in anything.
Pack that shit up. What do you want to do?
All right. I think we should move on.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here. I'm so hot.
It is rather warm. And the smell is, well,
Yeah,
I
it
smell
smells
better.
terrible.
Oh,
We just
you smell like a peach.
thank you. May we move on? Let's get out of here, please.
However,
All right, you guys can push forward straight back
heard
down
that.
to that other room that you were in.
Let's go.
As you guys start moving through this place, you move past this room with the big fire pit, the lava pit, which comes out to another room. And stepping into this room, it's a little cooler. There's not as big old fire pit in there. The only real thing that's different in here, there's two things of note in this next room. One is that on your left, as you come down these steps are maybe only like 10 feet, but you come down into this main chamber here, 2 pools. There is a blocked off area. For the first time, you see one of these alcoves that is blocked. There are stone bars that run from the floor in that kind of same odd, as if they've grown out of the floor naturally, out of stone.
Sorry to interrupt you, Brad. That's in the room that we're in right now?
You're in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just checking to make sure that
here is where the bars are that lead into this slightly smaller chamber off to this side.
So it sort of looks like a portcullis.
It does look like a portcullis, but it's naturally formed stone is a weird way to put it, but that's how it looks. It looks like it's grown out of the floor. It's not straight in. There's a mound at the bottom that looks like the energy has pushed it up and into the ceiling. You can see through into here. Give me perception checks just for the. I just want a perception check. If you look through this, we'll call it a portcullis.
18. 8 from 19, a 7 from whoever Sandman.
Oh, crap.
And a 24 from Sassy Rin.
Okay.
God damn it.
Drigged. So the 19. No, Iridir and Rin, looking through with your elven eyes, you see that there is a similar portcullis thing going on the other side. On the other side, however, is a lock, like the ones that you've seen before, except it's just a big old lock keyhole shape, not silver. It's the same odd stone. This stone is not quite the same red color as the ground. It's more of a brownish color. It's definitely different. It's the first time you've seen a different colored stone here from the black and the red. The other side looks like the entrance, and it looks like you need to put something in to get into this room. All of you, however, can see this thing in the middle. That thing is a big, globulous, wobbling jelly, blue-black jelly thing in the room.
I'm sorry, in what direction is this thing?
This
What?
blue thing in here.
So wait, is this green thing the same thing?
No, I'm gonna get to that. I'll put you guys here. You might be able to see it a little better. This thing in here is a big wobbling thing. It's not wobbling like crazy, but it's definitely like a big.
Jello?
It looks like a big jello in a semicircle or a what are they called? Half sphere, semisphere.
Is there anything inside the Jello?
It's like glittering in the firelight. And all of you with these perception checks can hear a very strange chittering whispering in an unfamiliar language. The closer you get to it, the less it wobbles. And it kind of hardens a little bit. And then if you move away from it, it starts to wobble a little bit more naturally.
Look at this. I sort of move closer and lean forward.
It hardens a little.
And I lean
wobbles
back.
less and it wobbles a little more.
What? What about this?
I'm controlling it.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what that is. Perhaps we should stay away from it.
The second thing in the room of note, the exit, there is another exit here that is open. There is nothing blocking this way, just for the record, just in case you're worried that you're trapped in with this blue thing. There's a pedestal.
Well, unless anyone can fit through there, I suppose the only way we can go is down.
There is a big old 10-foot wide, 5-foot tall green stone pedestal. And again, this is another thing that is it looks like it's naturally formed up out of the ground, but it is a very different color. It's green. The green. The private chats, honestly, guys, you don't understand. Every now and then, when you're doing these games on a show, a message will come up from one of the private chats where we normally it's just like, hey guys, jump into this chat, and it will be the worst thing you've ever
You guys think
seen.
you know PB, but you don't.
You don't. She's constantly in the privates.
Anyway,
I mean the private chat.
I'm unmuting for that one.
The
The best part about it is that he made a sex joke in the chat.
oh God.
private chat. Private chat.
Oh no.
Talking about it again.
Oh,
God
God.
damn it, man.
All right.
Someone clip that for me, please. I want it as an alert. Please.
Horrific.
Oh God.
She's always in the privates.
So, there is a big old green pedestal in the center of this room. It's pretty large, and it's relatively wide. It's only 5 foot tall, so it's Drift, I think, is the only one who would struggle to see the top of it. But on top of this pedestal, again, just for the record, it is covered in that strange littering and all these glyphs and things. In the top of it, there is a handprint, which is slightly larger than that of your average human in the top of it. And it looks the handprint looks very similar to what we might find when we're setting concrete and you just put your hand into it. It looks very naturally made. It's not like an artistic thing necessarily or like carved in. It looks like it's a naturally pushed hand print in the top of this pedestal. Other than that, this room is pretty much the same as the others.
Can I do an investigation check on this thing?
You may indeed. What are you looking for, though?
So where that handprint's at, I'm assuming that his hand is probably too big to put in that spot, but I kind of want to like look at the handprint and see if it's something that would like kind of see if it would activate something. If that's kind of what it would seem like.
Your
If you've
hand
ever
is
seen
pretty
it like
fucking
before.
big compared to the average human, so your hand probably fits in it just a little under the size of what it is, I would
Wait,
imagine.
you're putting your hand in the jello?
No.
No, he's putting his hand into the handprint. It's in the pedestal.
I don't want to put my hand in. I just want to kind of like look at it before I even consider putting my hand in it. But I got a 12.
I was gonna say that was the title of Tiger's sex tape.
You don't need
I only got a 12.
you don't need an investigation check to put your hand on a thing, by the way. You can just put your hand on the thing. When you place your hand on it, but Iridia is probably walking towards the exit, and then immediately 19 just dung dung dung, boom, puts his hand.
Oh, I didn't put my hand on it.
You didn't, or you did?
I don't want to put my hand on it. I just wanted to look at it and like investigate it. Cause fuck that. I know you too well, Brad. No
All right.
offense.
Well, looking at it, you get the same information I gave you before. It's a green pedestal, 10 foot wide, 10 foot tall. No, 10 foot wide, 5 foot tall. There's a handprint in the top, and it's just covered in all these archaic inscriptions and things.
And outside that, there's just an exit behind us to leave this place.
Yeah, 12 on an investigation check doesn't really give you any information in this place, unfortunately. This whole place is weird.
Do I know what that thing is in the other room?
You can give me, I guess, an investigation, a nature, or a history check if you want.
I wanna look as well to see if I know what it is.
Anyone can do that.
19 from Drift, 16 from me.
Is that it? No one else is looking at it?
Oh, yeah.
Rin is the mistress of ones. Oh my
Oh,
god.
From Rin.
Damn
Are we
it.
doing perception on this, by the way?
You can do nature, investigation, or history.
PB,
Drift's got it.
You know that you and John's characters are supposed to be our damage dealers, right?
We got you.
Whenever I give
We
you
got
options to do checks, by the way, it will depend on the answer that you get somewhat. Like, for example, if you do an investigation check, it's using your general intelligence. A history will be whether you recall something from a book or something, and nature will be a whole other thing, as whether this thing is alive and that kind of stuff. So remember that will affect the answer you get sometimes. So 19, 16, 1 and a 16, 3 investigations and a history check. The history check is a 1. Nobody has any idea what this is. At your best guess, Drift, Iridir, and 19, this is maybe some sort of weird ooze. you might have encountered an ooze before, which is a creature, like a monster that sometimes lives in like sewers and shit. It kind of looks like that, but this thing doesn't appear to be like exactly.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow bolt and look around and just be like, should I try and throw it in?
No.
You see 19 turn around and like his eyes get really wide and he looks at the whole group and he goes, and he just points towards the exit. And as he points towards, he goes,
You just slept for 8 hours. The more time we are in here, the tireder you're going to get.
Yes, I agree with that.
I
How do you open the door?
I know that it is all enticing, but I think that is what it is here for, to entice us.
you see, like, you hear for the first time ever, he like raises his voice a little bit, like kind of brings it back down. He just goes,
I'm sorry.
and he just
Who's
kind
got the doll, by the way, right now?
it's over my shoulder still.
Okay.
Don't apologize. That was
idea.
a very valid point.
I have an idea if we want to try it.
Yes.
Oh God, let's
He
hear your
he
idea.
just shakes his head no, and he just keeps pointing towards the opening.
Oh, I think I know what he's gonna do.
My suggestion
Mhm.
is, if you are curious as to what that thing is, you could toss the doll in. But I don't think that would be well. the
Wait,
best.
do you guys think that somehow this doll has anything to do with me?
Well, it looks like you, but
So like, if the doll gets destroyed, do I get destroyed?
Can I punch the doll?
Yeah.
I'd like to punch the doll.
All right. You punch the doll. It just feels like you're punching a normal child.
Did you feel anything, Drift?
No.
No, I guess not.
I give the
Okay,
doll.
well, hopefully that alleviates your concerns. Can we leave now?
Yeah, I pinch the doll. What about now?
Oh my God, Iro! Can I slap his hand away? Stop it! Just stop.
No, I don't.
Stop.
No, I'm not.
This
I
might
didn't feel
not be
anything
enough.
there. I didn't.
Just
Okay.
get us out of here, 19.
He just kind of like looks, his little like amber eyes get kind of small, kind of like he's like squinting almost, and he looks over at Eardy and he goes,
Lead the way.
As they start to leave, Brad, can I fit through this?
No way, no. It's probably barely a few inches wide between each of the stone things.
Can I put a crossbow through it?
Oh
Through the
my
gate?
God.
"Can I note the
Yeah,
while
I'd
he's
say
doing it?"
let's say it's about 5 inches between each stone
Oh, okay.
thing, and they're pretty thick. They're probably like 15 inches thick, so like you've got a few openings.
Do
Just
I notice
being-
him doing this?
Can I do something? Yeah. Do I notice him doing this?
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
unless you all completely left, it's
All
up,
right.
it's-
So,
depending on what
here's
you're
what I'm
doing,
gonna
depends
do.
on whether you notice
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
19 looks at Eardy like they see each other.
I have not done it. I have. All right. I just want you to know before you do anything, I have my crossbow
But you
bolt
have
out,
that.
and
You
I'm
have
in.
that
I'm
kid about to cause mischief look in your eye, man. Everybody
definitely.
has that
I'm
shit.
just saying I have like the crossbow in between just the whole. I'm just okay. That's all you see. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast minor illusion.
It's a kitty.
Right
What?
behind on the other side of the bars, okay? On the other side of the stone bars. And I'm gonna make it look like an
A box.
open chest.
Yeah.
Like the one that we had that he was in before. Except this time it's gonna like take a second, but then all of a sudden teeth are gonna start to grow out from the top and the bottom, and just a gnarly looking
Oh!
tongue
Gone.
starts to come out.
Gone. You don't even need to say anymore. Gone. I'm past. I
Yeah,
went to the
he runs
exit.
away.
Gone.
You
Gone.
see 19 for the first time in this show. You can't really see smiles on 19's face because this is not really like, you can't really show emotion because of his kind of roboty face, but you kind of like see his amber eyes go flat and then curve up like a smile, almost like you can see that he's smiling through his eyes, kind of kawaii even, and he just goes, and nods at Iridir.
Rin will also nod at Iridir in approval.
Drifts halfway down that fucking exit. Gone.
Okay. So.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Just
It was terrifying.
It's awful. I'm so
Drift.
glad we're leaving.
I'm smiling over my shoulder.
Scary.
You run into the hallway. Halfway down, Drift,
Oh no.
Yeah.
you find another chamber.
You guys saw that, right? You saw that with the teeth?
Yes.
It was terrifying.
What is this?
Oh, what is that?
There's another strange alien-looking thing in here. You look in,
Oh, that is pretty.
you step in, and the room in here is way cooler than the rest by a significant amount.
I should have slept in here.
Okay,
It is like probably still like above room temperature for the average room, but in here it just feels so nice. There is a glass cube which is perfectly 10 foot by 10 foot. That is it. It looks like there's something in
Just
that
a
cube.
glass cube, nothing inside, nothing.
It's just a big glass cube, nothing in it. It looks like there's something in it, but that's just because that's the best thing I could find to represent a glass cube. There's not really anything in it. It's just a big 10-foot glass cube in a cool room.
Wow. Huh. Look at this.
There's another distraction.
Agreed.
What if
No.
it means something?
No, it doesn't mean anything. We're leaving. We're getting out of here. Nothing means anything. Everything's a trap.
Wait, can I just ask
Did you hear that?
What?
what
I thought I heard something.
what's that?
It sounds like a clacking.
No! Out, guys! Trust me! You saw that thing with the
It's a
teeth.
clacking!
Go! Down the hall. Drifts out again. Just gone. Not
All
even
right.
thinking.
Yeah, Drift, you fucking leg it. And run into the next chamber. You can run straight down, and then there's a left down this hallway that opens up into another chamber. Roll me a d20, please, Drift.
Forever scared of chests.
In my character sheet.
Cool.
Can
run
I see
in-
that?
Yeah.
You run
Can I see it?
into this room, and there is another one of these chests.
No!
It is the same size as the original ones that you saw, and it sits in front of another pool of fire up on top of the area that's a little further up some steps. There's another one of those green pedestals, exactly the same with a handprint in it, although it sits above one of these flava. Well, it sits
cool.
in one of these flava pools. There's an exit down here that seems to lead into another hallway. Nothing else is in here. The walls are bare.
And I go on the other side of 19. This one doesn't have his mouth open.
Drift.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna lean down. I'm gonna kneel down. Okay, so I'm looking at you straight in the eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, you need to pull yourself together. It is an inanimate object. It's a chest. You crawled into it and it closed on top of you because it has magical properties. It does not want to kill you. It has nothing, no mind of its own.
But it has
I
teeth.
need you. No, it doesn't have teeth. That was your imagination. I need you to pull yourself together.
Yes, imagination.
Can you pull yourself together? Look at the chest. There's nothing wrong with the chest. There's no teeth. It has no teeth.
This is the one time Brad's got an actual mimic ready.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I'm fine.
I saw you. You almost slaughtered those guards, and you're gonna be scared by a chest?
No, I'm not scared of a chest. I wasn't scared of a chest. I was scared of a chest with teeth. But you're right. No, I'm fine. I thought I was dead. Last time I thought I was dead, my village was on fire and everyone was dying around me. And so I just thought I was dead. Again. But I'm not. You're right.
You're not. You made
I
it.
smacked myself once. Just now. All right. Let's
You
do
okay?
this.
You got
Yeah,
it?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay.
19, you've wandered off ahead.
Yep.
Yeah?
I'm following 19.
Okay.
I'm not.
All right, Rin and Drift, in the
We're having a
previous
powwow.
room have a little powwow. I think 19 and Iridir, you step into this next room and you see another one of these pools of lava. This room has 2 exits and one of these green pedestals with the handprint in the top. However, everyone stop your tokens because finally something happens. I've been rolling
Brad
for every
has
room.
rolled a 20.
Wow.
No, you'd love it if I'd rolled a 20. I did not.
Did too.
And now the fiery civets
Dun,
will attack you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's see, hang on.
Oh no.
I'm sure my roll 20's been screwing up all day. Fuck it.
How you gonna do this to me, roll 20?
Why doesn't this work? Okay, you know what? You know what, roll 20? Fuck you. Okay, let's grab these. We'll grab these. We'll put these here. 19.
Yes.
Iridir.
Yes. Oh, him.
You two head into this room. Drift and Rin, you can stay there. That seems about good. As you step into the room, the fire on your right hand side bubbles, bloop, 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 and then pff, pff, 2 things jump out, screeching, jumping towards you. They are freaking weird looking creatures. I am going to need some initiatives
Oh baby.
from everyone
Can you
as
clear?
these 2 things jump up at you from within this.
Do these things look
plane.
fiery?
Yes.
That's a crit from Iridir.
Spoiler:
Let's go,
everything in
baby.
here looks fiery.
Okay.
All right. So, let's see.
Do they have teeth, Brad?
Everything has teeth now. So,
Does 19 have teeth?
God damn.
19 rolled a 19? Are you kidding me?
Seriously? Again?
What?
You rolled a 19.
He needs
Yeah,
something to happen
it's-
when he rolls a 19 on his initiative, right? That would be good.
Does that mean I get a crit? Automatic crit, right?
We still need an initiative from Rin.
That's what it means.
You gotta select your token, by the way.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't know how to explain this to you better other than that Roll20's being a dick. And I hate it. So, these 2 things jump up. Blah, blah. I guess they kind of look like goblins what are on fire. That's the best way to put it. 2 goblins what are on fire. 2 little magmins.
What the Now is not the time to have those dice down.
Oh my lord.
It always happens to somebody, PB. It always happens.
It's okay. I don't have any weapons anyway. So.
So, you're on there, yeah? You had a 2 or not? Sorry, I didn't see your rolls because I was
She
too
got a
busy
2.
messing around.
Yeah, she got a 2.
Oof. All right, so Iridir, 19, the things jump out, blah, blah, and jump at you. You are surprised, which means they get to jump on you from the fire, and they get to go first on a sort of a surprise round. My God, why roll 20? You know what? We're gonna have to go manual. We're going manual. We're going animal.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Do
use
I-
the arrow keys.
There we go. I'm just using the fucking monster manual. All right, I have to roll. So, these 2, I think, probably just jump at one of you each. Black, black. These tiny little goblin things which are on fire. Their eyes are made of fire. Their mouths are made of fire. Their skin looks like it's cracked. They're completely on fire goblins is what they look like, and they just run at you. And they're speaking that same strange language. This is amazing. So, what is your AC, Iridir?
Don't say that.
My AC is not that high. I have a 13.
A 13 is enough. This thing comes at you and just starts trying to scratch at you. You jump out of the way of it, probably pulling a sword out or something and avoiding this thing. It kind of stumbles one way and then looks like it's going to try and jump at you again. 19, what is your AC?
My AC is what the? It's gonna depend. Are they getting a surprise attack, right?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Because if they're not surprising, and I saw him come out, he would have pulled his shield out.
Is that where your token is? Because it looked like you moved.
See, I was wondering because I have open on 2 computers, and one computer had me where I was at, and one computer had me down there.
Yeah.
So
you
Brad
probably barely made it into the room. You were like still moving, but I think probably this happened around here, so I just retconned you back. Your AC without your shield then.
17.
17, that makes this one a hit. So this one, this ball of flame just jumps out of the fire and just it just lands on you and just scratches down you with its tiny little fiery hands. You're gonna get lucky. This is gonna give you 3 fire damage.
6 all day.
And that's a 6 with your your vulnerability. Then we come to Iridir's turn.
Okay. Yeah, so this thing comes splashing out. I'm like, I blink for a second. And I just, I dodge out of the way of the sword strike. Or do they have swords or what do they have?
They're just little, no, they have nothing. They're just on fire.
Okay, they're just on fire. So it just kind of struck,
just
tried to
at
hit
you,
you.
yeah. The
Okay.
fire is what is
yeah,
burning
so
you
I
more
just,
than
I
the
jump
hit.
back. A bit surprised. I say, I've seen chests more terrifying than you! And I'm going to use Vicious Mockery. At the one in front of me.
So it has to do a wisdom save. Oof, a 19.
Wow.
Nice.
Brutal.
Yeah, so it makes it save, yeah? Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. That brings us around to the first Magmin, which is the one which missed its first attack on you. It's just going to repeat the action. It's just going to swing wildly at you. That's a critical failure. It hurt itself in its confusion. We're going to give it a bunch of damage there. They're crazy looking. They look insane. They're just like just running around like they're just hitting wildly at you guys, which have disturbed their little chamber. This one, while it runs at you and swings, you say something to it, and it just jumps, falls over, and smacks its own head on the ground. It deals 7 damage to itself.
What?
Yeah, it fucked itself up. And it just boom, and it just falls really weirdly. It just jumps back up, just doesn't like its life right now. And that brings us to 19's turn.
The first thing you do is you see him take out sword and shield, pops it out of his thighs, pulls it out, tower shield comes down, and then you see the little diamond in the sword start shining, and he casts Shield of Faith on himself. And I need to reread Shield of Faith real quick again, just because I'm stupid. Forgive me.
Get +2
Not
AC.
stupid.
So I get a +2 bonus to my AC. So technically, right now, Brad, to let you know, I will be at a 19, 20. I'll be at 21 for an AC.
Yes, sir. Pretty good for
and
level 2.
yeah. And then that's my bonus action. And then on my other action, I want to. Let me look real quick. I'm literally just gonna swing at the one in front of me that's kind of looking at me, and I just want to hit him with my long sword of just.
Give me that attack roll, please.
17.
17 is a hit. Give me the damage, please.
Nice. There we go.
5.
5. Yeah, you hit this thing. Eero, 19. Give me perception checks.
21.
4.
Here it is, not looking.
Natural
You're looking at Drift. It's down the other hallway. Or maybe you're looking at this thing on the ground that's just smacked and broken its own nose on the ground. 19, you hit the middle of this thing and you just slice it open, and it begins to tremble wildly. Its skin is kind of like burning upwards, and it looks like it's revealing like an inner core, and the inner core of this thing is like pulsing with like a beat, like a doom, doom, doom. The inside of this thing is a weird sphere, and the weird kind of like fleshy part on the outside that's very goblinoid just begins to burn away and reveal this like pulsing sphere in the center.
So it's literally just like a robot looking sphere, or
no, just like a ball of flame that's been puppeteering this weird skin, fiery skin, cracked goblinoid skin. End of your turn?
Never mind, because I would need to be in action. I was gonna ask if I could roll something, but it would need to be in action. So yeah, I'm done.
Okay, the one in front of you is going to attempt to swipe at you again. Your AC is 21. It rolls a 12, so it probably brings the horrible little fiery hand that it still has up and just like backhands towards your shield. You see it like run the fire up the shield. It's a few sparks or embers launch off the top of it, and it just continues to. The center of it where you've cut it is kind of like falling backwards now, and the part of it that's being like puppeteered somewhat from the inside falls backwards, and it's still alive and screaming and being weird, but that pulsing light on the inside begins to a little faster. Drift.
Yeah.
Your turn. From down the hallway, you guys have an interesting conversation, and then suddenly chaos erupts down the further chamber.
It's so funny because she was just like, "You're gonna be okay. Everything's calm."
And then it's like, and here it is screaming, and yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna like look up and instantly just action mode drift.
That's right.
Just
That's
what
the
Rin
drift I
wanted.
know.
Yep. Just
Yep.
what. Yeah.
That's the drift that I've known for 10 hours.
So I'm gonna run down the hallway. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get as close as I can. And I'm gonna shoot my. Let's think about this. Yeah, I'm gonna chuck my thaumaturgy at this magman on the bottom.
Thaumaturgy?
Wait, sorry, wrong spell. Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use it with the push, the repelling blast. So I'm gonna try and push him back into the fire, or based on this angle, into the green thing. I don't know. Could I decide?
You can decide.
Ooh, I just don't know what that green thing does. We haven't touched it. Ooh, decisions. Well, let's see if we hit first, and then I'll decide.
Okay. Throw me an attack roll.
Hand goes out. Shoot it out. Boom.
The 8 that you've rolled there, unfortunately, is a miss. The Eldritch Blast, just the force, the dark energy, or whatever it was that you described it as last week. I think it was like, it just, it veers off to one side and hits the wall, completely missing this creature. You have a bonus action if you can do anything on that.
Can you ready an action for bonus? No.
You can
Can
ready
you though?
your main. You can ready your main action, but you already
Main
used
action.
that.
Okay,
so
cool.
you know.
No, that's it.
All right, Rin. Have you moved?
I moved forward to catch up, and then I realized we weren't supposed to do that, so I moved myself back.
Got a 1 on her initiative. She doesn't even know we're fighting.
Rin,
Yeah.
last to the party. It is your turn. What do you want to do?
Oh God. Okay. I guess I will run up and I will attack with my bare hand.
What?
Yeah, that's all I got. I will do flurry of blows though, so I will use a key point to do that as a bonus action. So I'd like to attack, and then I will go ahead and attack again.
Can you make it to this thing? That's 40 feet. You have 40 feet of movement?
I think so. Oh, let me just double check.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah, I
you
do.
probably have, like you do.
I have 40 speed, right?
Okay.
God
That's
damn!
40.
They can run like a mother trucker. How long's your
God
legs?
damn.
Yeah.
Alright.
Does that
Yeah,
work?
you run up. Yeah, you can run up in front
Okay.
of him to here, and you're gonna hit him, and then potentially.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay, give me all of your attacks, I guess. Or actually, you can give, I don't know. It's up to you. You can give me as many as you want.
Okay.
Oh my
so-
God.
Well, it's just that technically you can hit once and then move and hit it again. If you like, say you kill the
Ooh!
thing.
Fucking
Yeah.
finally! Sorry.
That is a 20, which is definitely a
God.
hit.
Highest roll ever. from
Yeah.
Ren.
Fuck.
Give me the damage.
Like I can play.
Okay, how? If I'm using my martial arts, how do I do that? Does it not let me click on it, or?
Should.
I
Do I
can't.
in your attacks and spell casting on your core page,
Mm-hmm. It
should be able to just click martial arts.
I did, and that's what
Yeah,
it.
no, it doesn't
Oh.
have the same.
Yeah, so just click.
Does it?
You can't do 0. I don't.
No, that's what I'm
something's
saying.
wrong with
The
your
thing is
setup.
wrong. So what is
Okay.
what is the monk damage on a hit? 1d
Well,
1d6?
it's normally, yeah,
1d6.
1d.
plus dex.
Oh.
Yes,
God.
it should be plus the proficiency.
1d6 plus dex. All right, try it again.
Or one.
Okay.
Yeah, 1d.
I can't
It's
remember.
1d.
the monk stuff.
1d6.
Ooh.
You just need to give me the damage roll.
Okay, so just click here.
Yeah,
Oh,
is that correct?
okay.
1d6 plus 1, you rolled 2 ones.
Wow.
So long as that's correct. Okay,
Amazing.
so what do you do to this thing? This thing's probably like standing up, and you come running in and just. Left
Yeah,
hook.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna jump up and I'm just gonna punch him in the face-ish, I guess.
Okay.
Punch and fire.
You
Yeah,
just-
punch and
you come
fire, I
running
guess.
in and you look like as this thing is coming down, it
Yeah.
looks up at you. Its eye, where it hit the ground, and the side of its head is doing that thing where it's burning like paper and burning away at the flesh. The fire that is within it is doing that same pulsing thing that Iridir didn't notice. Just doing like a
Okay.
boom, 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 boom. You smack it, you deal 2 damage to this thing, which kills it, and it fucking explodes.
I knew it. I fucking
No.
fucking knew it. I didn't want to interrupt and be like, don't break it. It'll blow up. Because I was like, wait, your turn.
Sorry.
Yeah, I knew it.
Unfortunately, they weren't close enough to see that it was pulsing from the inside. So, everybody within 10 feet of this creature, please give me
Sorry.
a dexterity saving throw.
What saving throw? Dex?
Dex,
Fuck
please.
Are you making the other one take a dex saving throw too?
The
7
other
for
one
me.
has to do it. Well, it
Wait,
doesn't-
do I have to do this?
No.
No, you're not
Okay,
within 10 feet. The other one doesn't really need. I mean, it can do, but it's pointless.
7 from Iridir, 17 from Rin, 9 from 19.
Okay.
Should I hit it? The
So,
blast.
Rin, you make the dex save, which means you take half of 6 fire damage. So you take 3. Iridir, 19. You take 6 fire damage each as this thing just.
Is it gonna be fire
explodes
damage?
into fire?
Jesus.
Is that going to double for me then, I assume?
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm down.
Boom, boom, boom. You guys are just hit by just flame. It's very similar to the liquid flame that hit 19 last time. It's just like a napalm bomb goes off, ignites some of your clothes. 19 is just engulfed in it. There's probably a moment where he just
We say I smash against the wall.
backwards,
Yeah.
hits that wall, and then crumples down with the little embers on the parts of him that might be wood on fire. There's a flash of that green-white energy of his life energy as once again 19 is down. The other two, I guess you two are up.
Yeah, I'm up.
This thing is gone. The thing that exploded, but the other one is, by the way, covered in that shit as well. It gets hit by the force of the thing exploding, but it doesn't seem to affect it. The fire burning him just is whatever. Rin, it's still technically your turn. If you have
Yeah.
anything else you want to do.
I guess I can I move and as a bonus action hit something?
You have no movement left.
Okay. Yeah, no, I won't do anything then, actually.
Okay. Iridir, your turn.
And I also I take 6 points of my 50 for my special thing.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I I am gonna disengage. And let's see. I guess I'll move here. And with my bonus action, I say, 19, it's not your time yet. And I'll use Healing Word on 19.
Nice. Give me that heals. 2 points of healing. 19. You crash against this wall. A few seconds later, you get healed for a little bit of for 2 HP, and you come back to consciousness. There's like little bits of fire everywhere. There's fire on you again. You feel that sensation, that horrible sensation that you're not used to and have never understood. Little bits of fire on you are burning, but you are once again conscious and alive. They appear to still be fighting one of these crazy things in front of you. You're also prone, for the record, and that is the end of your turn. Yeah, Iridir?
Yeah, I'm just gonna yell, stay as far away from these things as you can. It could be potentially deadly. And I'm like looking down. I'm like patting a few spots out on my clothing.
19, it's your turn.
19 steps up, gets up, casts Healing Word on himself again.
Yep.
And then, 1 second, cast Healing Words on himself.
Nice.
6.
Yep. HP
And
back.
then after casting Healing Word on himself, I shit you not, you watch 19. Let's see here. Where are we at right now? So I've got 15 more movement. Am I right? 15 more movement. I need to find. I hate that there's no like ruler thing that just tells me now.
There is.
Now I just
the ruler with the circle.
It's the snap to center. Yeah, I just keep fucking up. Sorry, I just drew a line for you. 19 dips. Straight up, he dips.
Yep. Bailing out.
He dipped.
Okay. So that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
The other one, I'm gonna give him a
He hates
dice
fire,
roll
dude.
to
He's
decide
so scared of fire.
who he chases, or if he chases, or if he goes after one of you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. This thing in the middle, its like head is like hanging behind it. It just has this like weird fiery core that's like woom, 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 just pulsing. It just kind of wildly spins. The head that's hanging backwards and its skin is burning like old paper, just fucking runs at drift.
What? What did I do to him?
I rolled a 1 and you were number 1 on my d4. It runs just wildly at drift because it's crazy. Rin, you do get an attack of opportunity as this thing runs past you if you want to fucking hit it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait.
We'll say it's fucking here
Okay.
then, I guess, as it gets hit by you. Give me the attack roll.
Can I trip it?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Give
What
me,
do I roll for that?
Give me an athletics check. I guess this is kind of like a grapple. I'll give it an acrobat.
Yeah!
To try and get out of the way. A 4 versus your 18. You stick a foot out, and this thing just falls, hits the ground there, and rolls.
Oh god. Oh god.
It's going to use the rest of its movement to get up, and then it's going to hit you instead. What is your AC?
Thanks, Ren.
14.
14. It just hits the ground. This arm, which is flailing off to one side, just swings at you, and you easily dodge it and avoid it. It's kind of just like spinning wildly now. The pulsing in the center of it continues. And that's the end of its turn. Drift, your turn.
Why did the last one blow up on you guys?
Because it took some damage.
Okay. So I'm going to. Oh my gosh. And this thing looks like his head's almost off, Brad. Like this looks like the final hit.
It's just burning, yeah, all the flesh is burning away and there's just this fucking thing in the middle. Fiery core. Just a pulsing arcane ball, basically.
I wouldn't know the range either. I just know it was a big explosion. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh. From here, I'm just going to cast my Eldritch Blast again with the push, since I missed that last one.
That last one, by the way, would have fucking saved everyone.
I know. So here's what I'm gonna do.
I really wanted it to hit when you were doing it.
I'm actually gonna just take a quick step down.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just try and Eldritch Blast it,
away. And
it'll go 10 feet that way.
Sure. Give me the attack roll.
Come on, baby.
Oh God.
Hand out. Yeah.
That's a hit. Give me the damage.
2.
2. All right. So on a hit, you can do it. You hit this thing. You just boom, and the force of this thing just hits it. It launches backwards, smacks against this wall, and then just.
Doesn't it take damage from hitting the wall?
Explodes.
Yep. Let's go.
Woo! Yeah, it did take damage.
Does it hit anyone, or is everyone safe?
On a timer. No one's within 10 feet, I don't think. 15 feet. So it just explodes.
Finally did something.
Fire
cool.
goes everywhere.
Well done, Drift.
The creature
Very well done, Griff.
Not scared of chests anymore.
That's right.
19 is around the other corner.
19.
And that's where we end today's session.
No! What? We're just getting into battle.
You guys are all on fire. A little bit. Congratulations.
Damn it, 8 o'clock comes too soon.
It does. You.
Wow, we're over.
8 o'clock.
You are over, which is why this is a eject. The end has come. You're finally on your way through this dungeon. There's a lot of fire stuff. 19. Just
19's done. He's
just
done.
So
we don't want to know what he's gonna do next week.
Just so you're aware, there's a lot of fire things in this temple to flame and fire. Just I wanted you to be aware of that. Just so you.
Just so the rest of the crew's prepared.
Okay.
There, just 19 is done. He's out. He's not sticking around. He doesn't care if you guys follow or not. Just a heads up. For next week.
Oh my God, he's gone.
If you think I'm joking, he's done. Like he's going to keep walking whether you follow him or not. He's probably not going to say shit. He's going to find an exit and he's going to leave with or without you guys. He's done. He's fucking done. What? That's what? Every episode now he's went down? Every episode.
Here's the thing. Vulnerability to fire, dude.
Nope. No thing. He's done.
This is
out.
the worst temple
this shit.
you could ever be in.
Yeah,
And,
this temple
I
can
agree.
suck every inch of my fake metal cock that he doesn't have since he's
Agree.
not a woman or a man.
I agree with you. You should not want to be here.
I'm not there anymore.
Good. Good. You are in the real world now, Tiger Rider. Where can people find you? Let's do a round of
I
shout
hate
outs.
fire right now. I hate fucking fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi,
Can
I'm
we get
Tiger
some-
Rider, and I fucking hate fire.
Can we get some
first off.
tables, 2 buses in the chat, please?
That's amazing.
So, my name's Tiger Rider. If you like anything that I have been doing, or you like a lot weirder version of me, which you could see in about 8 minutes, because as soon as we're done with this, I start my stream up and I start streaming. So if you want to come over and you want to come say hi, there's no trash fire at the moment in my chat. So if you want to come say hi and not have to deal with fire all night, and you'd rather just deal with me probably running around being an idiot on the internet, come over and say hi. I'd be grateful for it. If not, screw you. Don't bring fire to my channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Tiger Rider TV, and there's also an Instagram and just Tiger Rider you can follow. Thanks for hanging out and watching us, and thanks for burning me alive, bro.
All right. Mr. Tiger Rider, everybody, go give him a follow, please.
You're on fire.
Fire bullshit.
You are on fire. The next fiery demonic beast, John Sandman. Where can
What's
people
up?
find you?
More thoughts on fire.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I'm John. Thanks for watching. I'm out of the box and I'm alive. And I'm honestly, I'm super happy. Like, I really thought Brad was going to teach me a huge D&D lesson and kill my character, because I would never have done it again. Like, you know, I never will now.
Well,
but,
like,
you know,
here's the thing. You actually had oxygen in there. The hole was a hole. The reason people couldn't see in and out was just magical darkness.
Right.
So you would have just stayed in there. You would have died of starvation eventually. That's
what would have been hilarious is if I just stayed in there and lived off the items that respawned, if they even did.
Well, they
and
don't.
or
Yeah,
they don't.
Slowly.
Okay,
You
I would have died.
Slowly died of exhaustion and.
Or just been in a campaign of yours, like 4 years down the line, they find me in that box as a mimic.
They could keep passing you like slithers of food and keep you alive in there, but I just think you might have stayed in there.
Dude, I could not get enough food through that little hole to keep me alive.
We have to kill the fire newts to keep
it. It's been horrible. Cook 'em up.
The whole season would be like drift in a box. So I'm very happy to be alive, but thanks for watching. All jokes aside, that was super fun. And we'll see you next week.
All right, PB.
Hello, I'm PB. I'm a variety caster here on Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/pumpkinberry. I also happen to host a podcast about video games. It's pretty cool. You can check it out at deepdivecast.com. And that's it.
That's it, everybody. Twitch.tv/pumpkinberry.
Yes.
And Mr. Whack Steven.
Hey everybody, I'm Wax Steven, and normally I'm the DM or GM of Doom. But I get to be a player for this show, and that's why I have a smile on my face the whole time, because I don't have to do any fucking work. It's great. It's great. I love making Brad do work. It's the best thing ever. So thank you, Brad, for another fun session. Thank you, John. Thank you, Tiger. Thank you, PB, for being fantastic role players and hanging out and being awesome people. And I appreciate you. Thanks, chat, for hanging out with us. Much love to you guys. Thank you. We got a lot of shit coming up on the horizon for Tablestory. First thing first, the Patreon, patreon.com/Tablestory. You can check out, we have changed up the tiers for the Patreon a little bit. And we've also posted our first goal. We put up there. So if you guys manage to take us to that first goal, we got some content coming your way. We're gonna have Tablestory one-shots with guest DMs and players and stuff.
That's cool.
They get to run their own like one-shots on the channel. So that's our first goal. Hopefully we meet it soon. Thanks for hanging out.
John, Tiger, if either of you do this, me, please, can I be in that thing? That's the thing that you do. I'm just saying it right now. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
I would cry.
Shots. I really love it.
Huh? Ha! What the fuck?
Well, that brings us to the end, everybody. Make sure that you check out some of the other shows that we've got going on. A few of them are on a hiatus. We just finished Monday's show, Sunday's show. But we still have Identity Crisis on a Friday, Ragtags on a Thursday, Warped on a Saturday. So you can check those out if you want. If not, we'll see you next Tuesday for more Darkfire or Lightfire, because they won't leave the temple.
How about just no fire?
No fire?
How about just no fire? Can we change the show to no fire again?
If you leave this dungeon, there probably won't be fire for a little while. You know, there'll be less fire, definitely. For a little while. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
I don't know what's happening there. There we go. Bye.